Welcome to Hardly Initiated. It is your host, Tyshawn Jackson, and I'm in here with my co-host, Ryan Ketchens. And y'all better get ready for a night because Hardly Initiated has done it again. Somehow, we got Dr. Cindy Trimm, Real Talk Kim, got a little ring to it right there, and we got Dr. Sonja in the same building, and tonight we talking dating and relationships. Let's get to it. Welcome to Hardly Initiated. It is your host, Tyshawn Jackson, my co-host, Ryan Ketchens.
I can already tell, man. It's going to be a powerful one right here.
You need to watch too.
I discovered porn when I was a child. My mom.
To get that white man's option out of him. Pursued me, I ran.
The brother I want don't care.
This is dope.
I need to have a threesome. There you go. When you miss God, man.
Welcome, family. It is Monday night, and you are with Hardly Initiated right where you need to be. And somehow we brought the three newlyweds all in the building at the same time.
Oh, sorry.
Just for some proof, just shake your rings like a tambourine real quick. Let them see what's going down in here. Absolutely. Y'all see what's going down in here, y'all.
Well, this thing, we had to come back because we've been getting emails, DMs. They're like, yo, Ryan, you and Todd, y'all still making content? We'll be gone for 2 days.
Right.
That's it.
So yes, y'all, don't worry. We're going to be back every Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time for you. And for those of you here in person, you will be in here for a special treat because let me talk about these powerful ladies I got here. Because coming back here for the encore, I learned that word from you today. Coming back here for her encore, back to Hardly Initiated, I got this international leader. I'm talking, you don't understand, y'all. I'm talking like former senator vibes. All right. Someone who could come in and change corporate visions and futures, y'all. And now she's in here to change our lives. And she recently slid a little ring on the finger. Y'all better go ahead and check out that old episode. We in here rocking with Dr. Cindy Trimm. Woo! Welcome back to Hardly Initiated. Woo! Yes.
Yo, mic test. Mike, listen, let me know in the chat if you can hear me. They saying my mic is off. Let me know if y'all can hear me in the chat.
Absolutely. Help Mike. Look, if Ryan said, I can't hear Ryan in the chat, let us know, all right?
Back on.
Now, for this, going back to this amazing audience here, I had the pleasure of meeting this amazing sister at an award ceremony. She was talking too long and nobody cared because every word was incredible. Everybody hanging on every word at the edge of her seat because she's a speaker, she's an author, a life and business coach, and also, recently married now. How long?
Yeah, wait. You left out something important,
What's
sir.
that?
That's 21 years Army retired military. I'm sorry. I just got to make sure. I'm sorry.
Excuse me. 21 years. Y'all hear that? All right. So it's some life experience on the set here. Welcome, Dr. Sonja. Thank you so much for being here with Hardly Initiated.
Thank you.
It's an honor. It's an honor. And last, but definitely not the least, I read your emails, family. I see your DMs. I see you begging me to get the sister on the platform. So I have done it. Pastor, entrepreneur, best-selling author. I could keep it going. And she got a husband in the back here. The brother, listen, this a real brother back here. I wish I had a camera just for this brother here. When he walk in, this is credibility here, okay? So we are here with Real Talk Kim. Welcome to Hardly Initiated, Kim. It's a blessing to have you.
I'm honored to be here
Yeah.
with my sisters, like the goats.
Let me
And I'm
tell
just
y'all.
getting the oil.
You getting it on you?
Yes.
First of all, and can I just do something real quick?
Yeah.
Because to get all of these amazing women in one space at the same time is such a feat that the first thing I got to do is really give a shout out to Hardly Initiated, okay? Because we really got to shout out Hardly Initiated for having the ability to put these amazing sisters all together in the same room. And we're doing something a little different, y'all, all right? Because I've been seeing the emails about the ladies 40 up saying we need some stuff just for us. So we put together bingo night for the family.
Of
all right?
course.
So we went ahead. Y'all see we got the bingo slides on the table. We got a bingo case with no balls. All right, it's the first ever one. All right, so it's going to get better as we go. But y'all are here for the first ever bingo night.
So excited.
So thank you, ladies, for joining us and being a part of this here today.
You know, we all love bingo.
Yes.
I ain't never played it in my life.
Really?
I'm Z generation. I'm learning
I love bingo.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we got a Gen Z here. Dr. Cindy Trimm has never played bingo. That is just way ahead of her time.
Way ahead.
Way ahead of her time.
Hold on, let's get the mic check.
The mic check.
Yeah, let's see if they can hear me. Can y'all hear me in the chat?
Can you hear
This how we'll know.
Ryan?
This how we'll know. So go ahead and drop your age and your relationship status because we're having a nice little conversation.
Ooh.
Drop your age and your relationship status because that's the kind of show it's gonna be.
And don't be afraid to drop
Just
that age.
you or all of us.
Yes.
Ryan, we gonna get Ryan's mic together, y'all. We gonna get Ryan's mic. So Ryan, while you getting your mic together, that's the beauty of it being a live show. We having real live issues in real time, but we gonna keep the show rolling because we got 4 mics here that's working. All right. So what I want to do here, because I'm very excited about this, guys, I want you guys to be a part of the conversation. So you guys can send over a super chat and it will be featured here on the show. Any super chat that y'all send, actually over $10, we're going to read it out here live on air on the show. So that is the rules. And make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe and share this joint here. Bring some people in this conversation because I know y'all going to need this because there's some ratchetry going on in these dating streets.
Ratchetry.
I like that.
We need to get them
I like
righteous.
that word.
Ratchetry going on in the dating streets, and we got to get them.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, that's the ratchet sound right there. One more time, Lano, just in case they don't know. All right, because that sound is the sound of the streets right now. All right, so we got to bring some correction. I brought the OG wives here and the OGs in general to go ahead and help our culture tonight. So we doing it tonight, ladies. Are y'all ready?
Heck yeah.
Are you ready?
Are they ready? Are they ready?
Yes, look, I hope so. I hope so. But just so we can get a general understanding of what's going on here, what I want to do here is, first off, all of you ladies, interestingly enough, are pretty recently married.
Yes.
All right? So the audience might not know what the real situation is. So let's go ahead and kind of get into that a little bit. Let's actually start. First of all, that nod. Kim got this engaged nod. Let's start with
The
you,
world is sick of me. They are sick of me because I am letting everybody know my man, my man, my man, my man.
Ooh, okay.
I've been married 4 months.
4 months.
I'm still on a honeymoon, but we've known each other 2 years.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
oh my gosh, the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Okay, so this is pretty.
And I've
fresh.
had trials. I've had tests.
Yeah.
And this is your 3rd marriage.
Oh, you had to say it like that?
I know. Like he
up,
could have
hold
kept some
up,
things
hold
to
up.
himself.
All in
We
on
gotta
one.
give context.
I just
Test.
needed to test the waters a few times. They got me ready for him.
That's
They got you ready for
Yes.
him. Okay. Okay, so let me ask you this.
He's the last.
He's
exactly.
Yes.
hand clap for that.
Prophesy.
Last brother, and we go. The best brother is the last brother, and
The best brother, the last brother.
okay,
The only brother, and the last brother. There it is.
we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about
That's a whole
that.
Shots
conversation.
fired.
Yes.
Shots fired.
Yes. So, Dr. Cindy Trimm, help us out.
Shots
How
fired.
long have you been married?
6 long years.
6 long years.
Come on.
There you
So
go.
I feel like, it's been a long time.
It
now.
went fast.
And it goes really, really fast when you're enjoying something.
Yes.
So, yeah. And I tell everybody, people don't believe me, but we've never had one argument, ever.
Because he's smart.
He's smart.
He just goes along with whatever you say.
Y'all on that stuff though.
No, but I'm always right.
That's exactly right. I knew we were on to something.
It's nothing to argue about.
I knew it.
But I think, the maturity helps. When you
Yeah.
have maturity and you're able to communicate clearly.
Yeah.
And you're able to, ask a person a question or clarify, it makes a difference in a relationship. And then, when your expectations of a person is based on their agreement and
Yeah.
not on your expectation.
Yeah.
When you manage your expectation of that person, because in marriage is not about someone agreeing to make you happy. That's where I think people make mistakes, and they're not agreeing to make your life work. That's not the agreement. That's not the arrangement. That's your responsibility. And I think that takes the weight off of an individual, knowing that, okay, I'm not here to make you happy. You're not here to make me happy. But we can make happiness together.
That's good.
There you have it.
Hubba.
Y'all already getting a glimpse of what this show's gonna be like, okay? Thank you so much. So we got 6 years.
6 years in.
6 years in.
Yeah.
Dr. Sonja, talk to us. How long have you been married now?
Ooh, it feels like forever, honestly.
Okay.
So I have been married 2 years, but we've been together 5.5.
Okay.
Now, I got to give a backstory, though, because I need the women that are out there, people that are out there that have been through a divorce that think that you can't be on your encore marriage, have that best second time around.
Come on, girl.
I was married before for 18 years, and I still talk about it. And my husband now, we still have this conversation because I need to be reminded of where I came from.
Yeah.
I need to remember those 10 years, or 18 years being married and 10 years going through a divorce, what that was like. Out here kissing frogs, getting warts, out here in this dating scene and looking around like, Lord, this ain't where it's at. This cannot
Scary.
be where I'm going to be out here. And so I really fell in love with me during that time.
That's it.
Because I had never been single a day in my life since I was 13 years old. And here I am. Yes.
Wow.
Never been single since 13?
I had always had somebody in my life.
That's me.
Forever had someone.
I never had lived by
Yes.
myself until I got divorced 5 years ago, and I lived for 5 years by myself. I'd always been married.
So when you go through that process, that's you gotta put that
Religion,
in
man.
there.
They got us getting married young up in here.
But it's not
Get
just,
married, have babies.
It's not just that. It was just sitting back looking at now when he came, I felt he was getting the best version of me.
Yeah.
There's no arguing about who left socks on the floor, who didn't pick this up.
Yeah.
I don't mind care about that now. Let's just get a housekeeper. No offense. I mean any disrespect.
on.
Let somebody else do it. Get somebody else to do it.
Oh.
And so now it's
We're gonna
like
talk about that.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But just really just finding yourself, and as Dr. Cindy Trimm just alluded to, it is you have two whole people coming together.
Yeah.
And it's not a half and a half trying to make a whole. That was a game changer for me. And then really focusing on me, and then when he came in, we focused on each other together. So I'm living my best life.
There you go. There you go. And see, I think what's important here, because we have these newlyweds here, and I think it's important for my ladies to know, but we got to talk age.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of people feel that after 45, after 50, the
Come
ship
on.
has sailed.
Not true.
And I know it because I talk to these women all the time.
All the
I'm
time.
walking down, me and Ryan walking down the belt line. One of our listeners put us to the side. I love your show. Excellent. You watching, you out here dating?
Yeah.
Now I'm done.
Oh, yeah.
Now some of them
yeah.
will state that they've been dating somebody 1, 2 year, even 3 year, but it will still say that they're single. So that's also a thing too.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And plus, you could be married and not a married couple. You could be married individuals. And there's a lot of people that live as married individuals. They're not couples.
Oh,
It's an arrangement.
I did it.
Yeah, it's an arrangement.
I wasn't doing that
So
again.
So you
Like you just
we
don't
gotta
like,
talk about
you
we
just
gotta
don't
make-
like each other.
Yeah,
It's like roommates.
and you got to talk about it
We will.
because I think the first person that you should really fall in love with is yourself.
Man.
Yes.
You should be your
Huge.
first love interest, but nobody teaches you as a woman. And I think this is where this conversation should go. How do you fall in love with yourself?
But when we were, Dr. Cindy Trimm, when we were little girls, remember when you're 2 years old, around 2, what do they give you to take care of? A baby doll.
Baby doll.
Baby doll.
So since little girls, they have been training us to take care of someone else, but no one really sat down and shared with us, how do you take care of yourself? How do you love yourself? Love the doll, love everybody else. Everybody else's needs goes before yours, but what about mine? And so I believe for me, I can only speak for me, I went through this process of trying to serve and take care and submit to someone else. And I was like, well, no. It's my turn. It's my time. And not feeling guilty, especially when you have children. So you want to say age? I am 53 years young.
Yes.
Wow.
And life is great. I wish I knew now what I know now. If
Me
I knew it back
too.
then, I feel like I'm just getting
Me
started.
too.
And plus, society was so different.
Yes.
So,
Me too.
in any relationships, you have roles, rules, responsibilities, expectations, boundaries,
Ooh,
which
what-
is
say that
very
B word again.
important.
Say that B word one more time.
Boundaries, that have to be defined. And, now as we progress, we finally realize that we have to know where we end and someone else begins. It's all about self-awareness. And then the second thing is, people talk about self-care, but you can't care for a self that you don't know. So you've got to re-engage in finding out who you are, what you want, and then, agree with this role that you're going to play, because it's exactly that. It's a role.
Yeah.
It's not who you are. but is what you do and what you become. So it's the roles, and then what's the rules of engagement. You have to decide before you get married, and
we're-
that's going to be important.
Go ahead. You know I got ADHD.
She said,
Hold
go ahead. You're like, hold on.
Wait,
hold on,
Dr.
hold
Trim,
on.
tell us your age real quick so we can understand that too before Real Talk Kim jumps in.
The chat is asking.
21.
Yes, that's
And
what
she is
21.
she is
Again and again and
21.
again.
She's not old enough for this
telling y'all.
conversation.
Okay. 21 years old. So we got a 21-year-old.
Hey, I told you I'm Z generation.
She is
Like I'm not
5'5".
telling y'all nobody.
I love
Either
it.
way, you look great. You
Absolutely.
look amazing.
I'm 52.
There we
52. I'm
And
52.
52 years
Yeah.
old. Okay. And, you know, again, I want my ladies to hear what's going on in the chat because we got this here and we put this together just for you. In fact, before we get deep into the conversation,
Okay.
Ron, we skipped over it. By the way, all of these cards, ladies, these are for you. Okay, I want you to take these decks home and have a nice conversational session with your lover at home. Okay, these hardly in love cards, 100 open-ended questions.
But also family friendly, vacation friendly, vacation
Oh,
friendly,
all of those
everything.
things. All
With
of
your
those
kids?
things.
No,
The
no
whole
kids,
nine.
no kids, no kids.
The
No,
whole
no
nine.
kids.
Hold
18
on, wait.
plus.
First of all, Dr. Sign coming from a Spades family. I can tell the way she handling them cards right there.
100.
But Ryan, go ahead and let us know what the situation is because we're doing special for something
Okay.
special for the family tonight.
So the mic is good. We on point right now.
Yes.
Yo, Lana, you got to help us out. We got to give a special shout out to Noella because she actually took her cars on vacation. Lana, can you pull it up for us?
There we go. Look at them playing on vacation.
That's crazy.
There you go.
She done tagged us in it and everything.
Yeah. And tag my boy Lateris in that joint too. I see it.
Yeah, so this is the thing, guys. We're doing something very special tonight, too. So we actually got a promo code going for this episode for 20% off your entire order. That's whether you get the Fight the Flesh bracelets right here or the Heartly in Love cards. And the promo code is BINGO, BINGO, for 20% off your order. And this is the thing. Tyshawn, Delano, and myself actually came up with every single question. It's 100 prompts guaranteed to take your conversation, especially your dates, to the next level. Link in the description.
And there you have it, family.
I love it.
All right. So I wanted to make sure we go ahead.
Y'all, so I just got a question. Aren't y'all curious? Like, how old are y'all? So you doing dating cards?
That's
and all
exactly
that?
what I was sitting here thinking.
What? So how old are y'all? And you're single? You're married? What's going on? We
So
wanna know.
I'm single, 35 and single.
Okay.
I'm dating though. I'm
Okay.
dating.
I got nieces. I'm just checking.
Okay.
checking.
Oh, good. This is good news.
I'm 31 years old, and yes, I'm actually seriously dating a young lady right now.
Yes.
Yeah, I got.
Good.
Ty just entered premarital counseling.
Let me tell you something.
What?
I'm trying to get up out these streets. Didn't y'all hear that sound?
I
Y'all-
did.
Yeah.
Y'all hear the, that's the sound of the streets. We gotta, y'all gotta
Start the car.
get me up out
Yeah.
these streets. So
Yeah, that's good.
I'm
good.
taking every piece of advice that y'all give here. I got a little notepad over
I was
here,
so happy about that.
and she got her notepad out too, cause I ain't playing. All right, look,
Yeah.
I'm getting it right.
It's
This
crazy
is
though.
one and done. One and done.
One and done, y'all.
So Ty, of course, he can't share everything with me, but he shared just some brief insights from the premarital counseling, and some of the things I had not ever thought about. And I think the one thing that you shared with me, I think it was the covenant, finding out when the covenant starts for you as an individual. And was having a conversation, and we was having a conversation. I think you asked me a question, it was hypothetical,
Yeah.
like if you were married. I think it was, would you give your wife a organ?
Organ, a kid, yes, because we
Right.
actually had a situation. A young lady I know, her husband recently gave her his kidney, and I asked Ryan, "Would you be willing to give up that kidney if you were married to a woman?" And Ryan,
The first thing I said was,
first of all, I don't listen. You about to, if you
Might
tell
be
him what you
toxic.
said, you go, yeah, go just go full toxic, go
Well, the
full
first-
toxic.
Single.
the
That's why
first-
he say single. So
well,
okay.
well, I had follow-up questions. So the first thing I said was, well, how long we been married? And Tyshawn was like, well, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's
Yes,
a problem.
a big problem.
Right. So I'm not going to go into the heated debate after that.
Oh, honestly, I think
the
you
conclusion-
should. I
You
think
think
you
so?
should.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a genuine concern.
Right.
Because the other concern was whether or not she had already had his children.
Wow.
Those are my two questions. I said, well, do we have kids yet? And then how long we've been married? So, I mean, you can go into,
And
I feel like the right one, man. You'll be like, yeah, she can have my kidneys, my heart, my lungs.
see, and this is the
Like
thing.
the right one, you're gonna feel it.
And see, we was talking about this too, because the concept of covenant is this oath, this decree that you pledge to, and marriage is the highest oath, the biggest promise that we make in this lifetime. I don't really think many of us understand this. I gave him the example of the Marines, because one of the covenants that the Marines have is the covenant of there's no man left behind. Like there's something that they live by.
Yes.
And this is a really great, I'm happy you in this conversation.
Yes.
Because all people ain't the same.
Right.
Because no man left behind, some men might have a lot of contingencies on that. Because if your man falls down and his bullets flying, it's going to be one guy that's going to be like, too many bullets. I'm not going back there because that's unsafe. That doesn't make sense. There's going to be another man that's like, I don't give a damn, bullets or not, I'm risking my life to go back and get my man.
Right.
Yeah.
He's in that level of a covenant
Yes.
with his men. A grenade is there. There's a man that instantly thinks I'm diving on the grenade and saving my men instinctively.
Yep.
So that's the difference between
Yes.
a contract and a covenant.
Yes.
A contract is two individuals navigating the terms. So I won some wins and this other person won some wins, and we both have to win, right?
Yeah.
But a covenant is one-sided. It's not two-sided. It's what you say I'm going to do, no matter what you do. That's the difference.
Ooh.
That's the
Dang.
difference.
Ooh.
So, the big question, what you give an organ, that's huge.
Yeah.
My answer is yes, right off. Family, someone that I love, you can have my organ. This is one-sided. So it's not about how that person feels about what you do, it's how you feel about what you're doing for that person. That's a covenant.
Do people know that? Because I feel like we
No.
should ask the chat. Do people know?
Usually not.
Yeah.
No.
But
Man.
see, what I believe is happening is the word marriage. I'm talking about for a different generation. Marriage for most people is overrated. I would even agree. It's not the marriage, it's the connection to each other. Because when you said, how long have we been married?
Right.
I'm thinking about how long have we been connected? Versus just, oh, I got his last name, or I don't have his last name, or whatever the case may be. Because I just had this thought just the other day. I was looking at my husband, his fine self walking by, and I said, oh boy, you couldn't have got any better at 55. But all I was thinking about, if this man got sick right now, would I give him a part of my body if he needed an organ or whatever?
Would you?
And absolutely, without hesitation. And it wouldn't be, well, okay, now one of the questions is, if I do, is there a part of me that may not be the same? That is an absolute yes. But is there a part, can I still survive without just one of them? It's no hesitation at all. I don't care how mad I was at him. He can have it. No questions asked.
See now.
Well, we got to test the loyalty and the covenant of the viewers. So I'm
I
gonna
want
drop
to
a poll
do
right
that.
now.
Let's drop that poll.
Would you give this is the poll, guys. I want you to check this out and fill this out. We're going to close it out in the next 5 minutes. Would you give your spouse a kidney? We got 3 options. Absolutely. Absolutely not. And depends on the situation. I just dropped that poll.
There you go.
I mean, now, don't get me wrong. I do understand what y'all are saying, but that's why I'm not a premarital counselor right now.
and see, but no, I honestly,
toxic.
And that conversation was that I had with the counselor was really one of those mindset shifting conversations, because I don't think many of us really look at marriage as a covenant or really even understand what covenant means as we're getting into it. Many of us just think it's this long-term promise of a relationship.
Come on.
And I'm only partaking in this as long as it plays out how I have it in my mind.
Right.
Not understanding the deep concept of covenant, which is connected to this even deeper concept of sacrifice. And that's also, I think, why we're failing so deeply at it. Because while I'm going through this process, I'm like, this should be a part of the law that you can't get married unless you go through it. These conversations that we're having in this order.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, if somebody hadn't had this and messed around and said I do to somebody else, there is no way the likelihood that they make it and survive is so slim.
And it has a lot to do with values as well. So it's not just a question of an action. It's a question of what you value. And that's the bigger, the deeper issue. Because, you know, you can get two people in a relationship that sincerely love one another, but their values are vastly different.
Yeah.
You know, someone might value family, and then their spouse may not value family.
Right.
You know, so someone might value saving, another person might value spending. It's what you value. That's the bigger question.
And that's huge for when you become our age.
Yeah.
These women out in these streets that are getting married, you know, in their 40s and 50s, you're blending families. You know, you're having to share space. You're bringing money. Women are making more money than men. How
Let's
y'all
talk
talk
about-
about
let's- that's the
you have
conversation
to,
right
you
there.
have to
That's
have
it.
a deep conversation.
and make sure you're having those
You have
conversations
to have-
because it's
so,
going to be a problem.
Look, I believe that marriage should be 100%, 100%. Not, but watch this. If my 100% is 30% of what he's offering, then someone has to lower their activities and expectations to that 30% so that you don't have resentment. Yeah.
So now y'all going 30-30.
So a person's no, you're doing it 100%, 100%.
Okay.
You really are. But sometimes with women, we have the tendency to overperform.
Yeah.
And their ceiling may be 30% of your 100%.
Wow.
So women are resentful. A lot of women are resentful, and sometimes with men as well. So you've got to test the waters. Okay, are you giving 100%? Yes, I'm giving everything that I got. But it's 30% of what I'm giving. So what you have to do is just lower it so you're matching it. Because the 30%er could be resentful of your 100%. And the 100% could be resentful of your 30%.
I really think when you begin to have these questions, these hard questions in the beginning, you're going to really stop wasting time.
Yes.
Because if you are in premarital counseling and you're talking about the
prenup.
prenups, he gets mad, or she gets mad. You start talking about. So this is where the discussion, communication kills assumption. You'll stop wasting a lot of your time on people that cannot give you the 100% if you would have these conversations in the beginning.
And then if you're willing to,
Yeah.
negotiate, if you're willing to negotiate the terms. But I think a lot of people, you marry a project and not a partner.
a Build-A-Bear.
Right.
No, we're not building those
Let,
anymore.
let me ask you this, because at 40, Dr. Trimm, this was you were single still
Yeah.
at 40 years old.
Bless you.
Let me ask you
That's-
this.
That's some good stuff, though. Hold on.
Now-
Can you? Because when you said that, a
Uh-huh.
part of me, the other version of me, like, oh my God, 40. Then the other part, like, bless you. Oh, you got a chance to live your life and do
Fully.
what you wanted to do.
So
per se.
I fell in love with purpose, waiting for the
Exactly.
person.
So
Exactly.
good.
Not these niggas.
So are the
Because that's what they falling in love. Not purpose. That's what they doing.
so here's the thing though.
That's so good.
Are the women who are 40, 50 and sad and miserable that they're alone, are those women purposeless?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna be on the other side. I'm gonna say no.
I say yes.
Let me say why. Let me explain why. Is that what they want to do? Because sometimes just because we wanted to get married doesn't mean every woman wants to get married. I had to come to realization as a woman of faith that not every woman wants to get married. Some of them are okay by themselves. Maybe they went through a divorce because at some point, I'll be honest, I thought about it. Like, oh, I'm done. We go ahead and build this $28
I did
million
too.
company, and we don't need to have no man. We can do whatever we want to do. And I'm like, whoa, hold up. I do want someone there because just because I'm a boss out there, when I come home, I want to be a little girl. And so I have to realize, just me, there's some women that I work with right now, they don't want to be married. They are married to their purpose right now. Maybe later, though.
Well, Dr. Sonja, I'm specifically speaking about the women who are
Miserable.
experiencing
Oh,
loneliness.
they're experiencing loneliness.
The lonely women who have put themselves in a place where they're sad because
Yeah.
they're single.
That's all they think about.
And they think, and they're in this place of dread because they don't have a man in their life,
And they've given up
and they've given
future opportunity for relationships because of that.
up. Are they purposeless? Is that woman?
The unfortunate thing is some of their potential husbands may be in prison, or they may have been killed prematurely. We have to consider that.
Wow.
Man,
you
this
know,
is
That's
deep.
deep.
and
Brother, come on, talk about that one. Come
yeah,
Go ahead.
because you got to consider circumstances because there's not one size fit all. There is a part in our lives where we're made to connect. We're made. That's what we're made for. Everything in the universe is made to communicate, interact, network with something else. Nothing in the universe is made to be alone. Nothing. So I believe that there is a part of our lives where we have to wrestle with a feeling of detachment. We're detached from someone that should reflect our greatness, our goodness, because that's what you're looking for in a relationship. You're looking for someone to affirm you, not confirm, but just affirm. Affirm, I see you, I want you, you are okay with me. But that's missing in a lot of people's lives, not just women, but in men's lives as well, because I hear a lot of brothers talking about and a lot of men talking about, I'm looking for the right woman, I can't find the right woman. So I think that the hardest work is being happy with you. And if you're happy with you, the person that comes is the icing on the cake. But we're looking for people to make us feel something
Yeah.
when that is your responsibility. And that's putting too much on another individual, to carry your happiness and making sure that you're happy. So you have to start with yourself. And then you have to ask yourself the question, what if you end up being single for the rest of your
The
life?
cat lady?
What are you
Are you
gonna?
talking about the cat lady?
Not even a cat lady.
The
cat
small
don't even-
pup
Could
lady.
be. It could be.
cat
but,
don't even
but,
want
but
you.
I know what you're
Right.
saying figuratively, but what if your soulmate is not there? What if they died prematurely? What if they're in prison?
Dang.
What are you going to do then? So you have to make yourself happy. How do you make yourself? What is going to make you happy? What do you want? Where do you want to go? How can you help someone else? How can you contribute to make the world a better place without sounding too deep? Because you're going to have to occupy yourself. You cannot sit home.
Go travel.
Go see the
Go
world.
live.
But you're talking about mental health issues now.
There we go. Break that. That's where we're going. Because when you said miserable,
Yeah. Miserable.
in that place, and you're out there looking for a man, find something to put your hands to before he even comes. If I can just share just a little bit, when I remember those nights sitting in the bed by myself, even she got a man, and she got a man, and where it's like, I'm looking at myself like what's
even the
wrong with-
600-pound life chick
Yeah,
has
got
a man.
They got a man. They got a man. But then I realized there's some things that I needed to work on, and I'm grateful. This is just me and God. I'm grateful that He gave me that time to find myself.
Yeah.
Because without that, if my husband would have come into my life at that time, he wasn't going to get the best version of me. He was going to get the version of me that was broken, that felt like somebody owed me something. Hey, I don't want to be alone. And I spent that time getting to know who I was. And when I fell in love with me, when the right man came, that the first one that was going to take me around the block, I knew I didn't deserve that. I need to be going around the world.
Come on.
And so when I realized that, I'm like, I don't want the round the block guy. I don't
No.
want him. Where's the one taking me around the world? Because I worked on me. So
And then
any
it's
woman
two
that's out there
things.
about being miserable,
It's two issues here. Number one is the issue of expectation.
yes.
So your expectations, but also society's expectations.
There it is.
So, you've got this pressure, you should be married by now, right? That's the first issue. The second issue is, are you ready? Because again, you attract who you are, not who you want. So you have to work on yourself, loving yourself, taking care of yourself, making a difference in this world. And then maybe the right person comes. But again, I was prepared to be single for the rest of my life.
Wow.
I was prepared. I was happy. My story is a little different from everybody. I did everything I wanted to do. I was retired at 32 and, all of that. And I was just having a blast.
Tell us what you were doing.
Every
Tell us what
year, but every year I had someone that wanted to marry me, and I just and they were great people.
Wait, you said every
year.
Dr. Cindy Trimm
Wait,
got some
that's-
game.
you was a
Every
Big fact.
year, right? Because there has to be healthy relationships. So while you're there, you've gotta cultivate healthy relationship with the opposite sex.
So what made the one you chose? He must have been something
That's a
special.
question. That's a
Like,
question.
how did you know he was a one, but all them other
They-
600?
And I got one more.
they
Let's
were-
have more questions.
right,
A lot of
right.
questions.
But they were great guys. It was this thing. I attracted great guys, but it was a thing. It was that thing. It was that thing, right?
They
You
didn't
just felt
have a thing.
They didn't have the thing. Whatever that thing is, the thing. I think it maybe he could accommodate who I was.
I love that.
That's the question I was going to
Yes.
ask her.
He
Okay.
could accommodate who I was.
You know
because
that
of-
conversation that is happening now,
Yeah.
and I hear it all the time, and I don't like this word, but it's the boss. How does a boss date? How does a boss get married?
A boy, here's the thing.
They fit in your world.
I have to tell you this. You attract who you are or who you think you're worthy of.
And I'm proof.
Yeah, whoever you
The
think.
past relationships.
Yeah, whoever you think you're worthy
To now.
of, that's who you attract.
Yeah.
And then secondly, you have to have that heavy conversation
Yes.
before you say I do.
What's that heavy conversation?
The heavy
to a boss?
conversation is, what do you expect of me as a woman? What do you expect of me as a wife? Let me agree. And then here's my questions. This is what I expect of you as a man, and this is what I expect of you as a husband. Do you agree? Because when we say I do, these rules of engagements are not going to change. So, it's having, and especially if you're a mature woman, have those heavy conversations.
And
Have the conversations
And stop
about
thinking you're gonna run them off. Like stick with them.
men love a chase.
You're gonna marry Satan and have to pretend you're happy because you won't do no conversations. No.
But
You better have them conversations.
You gotta, literally think like a man. When you're a woman, you've gotta think
Oh, that's
like a man, and you've gotta process like a man. And the same thing with a man. You gotta
Man,
process
that's good.
things, process things
I'm good
as a
at that.
woman. And then can you accommodate me?
And
I
that's
can accommodate you. This is how I can accommodate you. Bam, 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 bam.
But this is one of the questions that I know I had to deal with, and I don't know if you all can relate. I just remember being out in this space and being an entrepreneur and being in business. One of the things that I was very concerned with when I got married or when I was dating is because I love investing in myself. I had fallen in love with investing in myself. I'm talking about high-level masterminds. I'm building my business. And one of the conversations I heard, because I was working with different women, and they were coming, well, let me talk to my husband. I heard that a lot. Well, let me speak to my husband. I got to get his approval. I'm like, what? We're asking for support, not approval over here. So that was just my thought.
Wait, I like. Let me ask my husband for approval.
I know you do. I know you do. I know
But
you
if
do.
you,
What's
but-
wrong with that?
No, I tell you what's wrong with it as an older woman.
tell
What's
me.
wrong with it? What's wrong with it is,
I'm about to send this about to give me your
yeah. What's
No,
wrong
get
with
it
it
right.
is,
Go ahead.
if you have built an empire, I'm not asking you how to run the empire. Not one day. Not one day.
close your mouth,
If
bro.
I got married at 60.
Right.
So, everything around me I owned debt free. Everything.
Yeah.
See what I'm talking about? See what I'm
Yeah.
talking, how you marry a boss?
Everything.
Just marry your age.
That's what I meant.
So,
Do not marry a mama. Do not marry a sugar mama.
but I have to I throw this out. But there are some rules of engagement that you have to have between one another. There are some men that say, okay, I'm going to take care of you.
Yep.
There are some that go 50-50.
Yes.
Then there are some that say, okay, my money is my money, your money is your money. You have to talk about those things
Yes.
before you
Different
say I
strokes
do.
for different
What are
folks.
we going to do financially?
Yes.
What does
Yes.
our future look like?
Yes.
What are we going to do with the children? How are we going to live? Who's going to pay the
Where
bills?
we gonna live? Yes.
You know where we're going to live. How are we going to drive? Who's going to buy the, you have to have those heavy conversations before you get married. And that's why it's covenant and not contract.
Right.
Now, Dr. Cindy Trimm, let me finish this story.
Man,
Hold on, I
that's
gotta finish
deep.
this story.
Let
I
her
gotta finish
finish it
this
out. And
story.
I actually want to, by the way, I want to go to segment 3 because it's just so relevant. I want us to play that clip. and talk
Okay.
about that instead.
I got you.
I want to
got you.
switch things up just a slight
That's
bit
cool.
because it's just so relevant. And close out the poll, and we're going to get back to Dr. Sonja's story. Let her finish that one out.
Excellent, excellent. So I'm gonna close out this poll, guys. Would you give your spouse a kidney? We got absolutely, never, and the last option depends on the situation.
What's
okay?
the stats?
This is tricky. Only 70% of people say absolutely. We got 26% of people say depends on the situation. And then we got those people like me. I'm joking. We got 4% of people that say
You are now
never.
broken up with your
Right,
girlfriend.
no, don't do that to me.
That's
Single.
No, but
He's single.
the people who stated depends on the situation. What's the issue? Why do you think?
It doesn't matter. I would give Angelo all of me.
But what would you say is the difference in your mindset, Kim? What's the difference?
I love
And
his
talking to the mic,
lifestyle.
please. There you go.
I know this man loves me. Like, I feel it. I felt it when we were dating. And we just have that connection. I would give him, he'd do it for me too. We would give each other our kidneys.
But Kim is that person.
Baby, would you
though.
give
Is
me your
that true?
kidneys?
Is that true?
Angelo, he watching the game.
Angelo is actually in the studio right now. We actually getting ready to get his confirmation right now.
You
Angelo,
better say yeah, baby.
are you willing to give up that kidney?
Yes, and that was a true story. I don't know if you remember Alonzo Mourning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he found his long lost cousin came and gave him that kidney.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he said Alonzo Mourning actually was in a situation where he had to give a kidney.
Found Horry, Miami Heat.
Oh, wow.
For the Miami.
He would give it to me and then take care of me.
But Kim, you're
Wow.
that person too, though. We got to
Oh,
know
I
who you are.
would.
You're that person.
Oh,
I know
absolutely.
you.
I am
you
a
would do that.
diehard.
Yeah,
I'm
you would do
loyal
that.
to a
Yeah.
fault.
Yes.
I am the one that's got your back when we're going to, when you killed your friend, what? I'm getting the matches. We ride it down. I am her.
You know what's crazy?
Shout
I
out
got
to my
your
kidney
back.
giving. Shout out to my kidney giving women out here.
Shout out to
I-
and you know, I feel bad because
would.
I am I'm working
You're
on
also 30.
that. 35.
Well, you're
35.
still
Okay,
in your
give him that
30s.
Yeah.
You're okay.
He out
What-
here,
and
he
see-
just trying to give us some wood, but he don't want to give us no kidney. That's something. That's how these men's out here, ladies.
Don't
They
do
give
like
some
that.
wood, but
You're
not a kidney.
35. Give
35.
yourself permission to grow. Like, you're
Right.
learning.
Agreed.
But
Agreed.
I will tell you, I've been in relationships before. I've never felt like this. When the right one comes in your life, it just fit. Don't y'all think?
Yeah, it just
When
feels
you
right.
met the one, when you
Yeah.
met that one that you're like, man, yeah, we about to build empires. You would give your toe.
Yes.
It just will happen. You just hadn't met it yet. Love
Okay.
you to his
I'll rock with
girlfriend.
that one.
We're gonna go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, go ahead. I'm listening.
It's
I'm not even
coming.
gonna say what I was
All
gonna
I
say.
wanted to do, because we about to actually transition, we transition over to the Minority Report in just a few.
Guys, we got all sorts of new segments coming at you. You see me and Tyshawn put together the set. We really taking the content to the next
It's
level.
bingo night, y'all.
Right. So, and we listen. We're missing the balls, but guys, if you want us to take bingo night to the next level, and you want another panel with similar esteemed guests as we have tonight, guys,
Yeah.
please send us an email to info@hardlyinitiated and let us know. Give us some content ideas of how we could take bingo night to the next
And
level.
send us super chats, y'all. I want to get y'all involved in the conversation as well. So
We-
we're gonna go
we
ahead
actually
and
got
hit a
a
couple
couple.
of those. Go ahead.
Shout out to Judith Sakala. She says, "Oh, forgot. Extremely beautiful and attractive too." Oh, she must have sent us another one before that. Let's see.
She did.
Shout out to Judith again. She says, "I am 56 years young, turning 57 on October 15th. Single, confident, successful, hoping to connect to a like-minded individual one day soon.
They're
I am not panicking."
they're out there.
There you go.
Honestly,
They're out there.
Drop your
They're
IG in the
out
chat.
there
He might be in the chat.
looking for you. They're looking for
They
you.
are.
They are.
They're looking for
Excellent.
you.
They in the
She
chat
said
looking.
successful.
Judith, you heard that. They're
Yeah,
ready for
they're
you.
out there. They're out there looking for a good woman. I promise.
Drop a hanky.
All single
going to
ladies,
this question. I'm going
all
to this
single
anyway.
ladies, drop your IGs in the chat. I got brothers in the chat, y'all.
I do too.
Yeah.
I got friends.
brothers in the chat, y'all.
They don't say much in the chat, but they are lurking in the chat,
Yeah.
and they are ready.
They're not lurking.
They're stalking.
Lurking is like, you know, that's
They are
like,
posting
They are.
in the chat,
yeah,
They are.
yeah, lurking is kind of
vetting
like,
in the chat. What
There
they doing?
are great men.
Yeah,
Okay,
There are
good.
some phenomenal men, 56,
There are.
60.
There are. And they're looking for
taking
phenomenal
care-
women
they ain't
as
got the
well.
big
I love that
bellies.
optimism. I like that
They
optimism.
No,
fit.
but it
Big
is.
bellies.
There's a lot of great men out there.
Without big bellies.
And
Well,
yeah,
you
that are
push
taking
the
care of
line. You're going
themselves.
too far. Okay,
Fine.
anyway, go ahead.
What about
I
that
love
ED?
it.
They
Go
got
to
that
the
ED.
gym, work out,
Oh.
they're there.
That's a conversation we're gonna have too. with y'all tonight.
We all gonna do that. Dr. Sign, wait, first.
Yeah, let me
We
get
getting
you-
so far from your story.
And
Please,
it's okay, it's okay, it's
Close
okay.
us out on your story real quick so we can get that.
The conversation was, we sat down in the backyard. I'd moved into this 12,000 square foot home without being married. I really thought in my mind that I was, and I'm saying that because in my mind, because the way I grew up, that it was going to be a man there.
Yeah.
And so the conversation with my, at the time, boyfriend was, if I wanted to invest $100,000, would your expectation be that I come and talk to you first? We're married. With the expectation be that I ask you, was it okay first? And I just wanted to see how he was going to respond. At this point, he didn't really know what I did for my career. He didn't know anything. And his response was, baby, that's your money. Why would I come in and try to do something? You've been over here building this empire. Why would I come in? But I've asked that question before. And the conversation, yes, you should ask me first. It should be, we agree on this. Okay, I have a business. My business was built before you got here. And so I really start taking a step back, looking at, so for the ladies that are out there that are business owners and entrepreneurs, that's one of the things I had to think about. I couldn't just go out here and it's like, okay, whoever comes, I love you, we're going to do this. But he's saying, no, let me run your business. Because I've had friends that the men come in their lives, let me run the business. And she's been running this business for
I was
10
in
years.
2 of them. I was in 2 marriages like that.
Yeah. no,
And so I pastor an entire church. And it was very important to me that someone came into my life and wasn't telling me, because that's what happened to the exes, is they would come in and all of a sudden start trying to take over and give their opinion, and I had no peace.
It's
And-
boundaries.
Yes, and this man, he's phenomenal. He's
Yeah.
if I
What you
wanna-
need,
If I want to
exactly.
tell him, I tell him. He gives me his opinion. He's a very wise man, but I'm with you on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was,
Boundaries.
yes. Yes,
You know,
ma'am.
clearly
Kiss
defining
my
what your boundaries.
boundaries.
That's a t-shirt.
Hold on, we got some.
Yes,
The chat is going crazy, guys. We got
Keep it
close to
going crazy.
1,400 people in the chat right now.
There you
The chat
go.
is popping off. We just got another
Hey,
super chat.
y'all.
Shout out to Yali, one of my favorite. I see Yali. Yali, she likes the relationship talk.
She
I can tell.
does.
Yali says, "What advice would you give a 41-year-old woman who desires a husband and children, but she feels like her biological clock is banging on the door?"
I think that's the part of the conversation we've been talking
Well,
about.
mine broke. So my biological clock broke, but I got some bonus kids. So that was the great part of our marriage. I think that you should not worry yourself about it, concern yourself about it. I think that you should live your life to its fullest. Live every day, because there's so many people who are dead but still walking around on the earth. You got to come alive. And get involved in other things, other relationships. And then don't be afraid to have male friends. Yes. Not all of your male friends have to be love interest. And that's one of the things that I tell women. And just because you have a male friend, it doesn't mean that you have to fall in love with the male friend. So the balancing act, yes, have your girlfriends, but also get some male friends too, someone you can laugh with, someone that can give you perspective in life, and just enjoy your life until the right one comes.
Okay, good game.
Yali, there we go,
Good
Yali.
game.
Can we add one more in there? We got time for that? Or you
What?
want to wait?
Well, what
One more what?
this super
Response?
chat?
41, yeah.
Oh, go
just
ahead,
one
go
more.
ahead,
She's
go
41
ahead.
years old, and just really, I love that you said bonus children. So many people say step. I don't believe in a step anything. It is a bonus. That's a bonus parent that came into this world. But you're 41. Some of the questions we have to ask ourselves at that point: am I living my life to the fullest? And am I thinking that I am not a whole woman or a whole human being or a person because I do not have a husband and I do not have children? Because society will tell us that we are not. They will say, no, you're not complete yet. But why not? Why are you not complete? Maybe that's not what God has for you. I'm just being real here. Maybe that wasn't what he had for you. Maybe he had something else for you.
The
What is that thing?
funny thing is married people want to get divorced, and single people want to get married.
Until they get in.
Now we,
Until they
yeah,
get in.
you know, so you have a lot of married people who regret being married, a lot of single people who are desperate to get married.
I would tell her that she's 41 years old. Don't get panicked over it. God gave her the desire for kids, so He's gonna make it come to fruition. Whether it's bonus kids or it's you. If I were you, girl, if you want a handyman, a man that can fix stuff around your house, go shopping in Lowe's, go hang out at Home Depot. You want a healthy man that's fit, go to the gym. Get yourself out there and stop worried about the kid part. Find somebody that just fills your
And
tank.
who's your environment? Who are the friends you hanging out with
Yes,
too?
stop
Right.
panicking.
Oh,
God,
goodness.
the Bible says what you fear will come upon you. You are not going to be single forever. Get your head wrapped around God's bringing me someone amazing, but until he gets here, I'm getting myself in order, get myself in shape, and he going to trip when he sees me.
I am delivered.
I like that. I like that. Wait, I got a follow-up question real quick.
What's up?
For Dr. Sonja, and this is unrelated. Who is Denise Brooks?
That is my VP of my company.
She says, call me, Ryan. Get my number from Dr. Sonja.
Oh! Hey, listen.
She a VP too.
Ryan, listen. This
But
is
he's
a
not
man.
going to give you his kidney.
You ain't gonna get no kidney.
You are not going to keep your kidneys
Get my
healthy.
love.
Make sure you're
Let me tell you
vegan.
what you will get.
Slayer.
All right? The sister know what she's signing up for.
yeah,
But this what we're gonna
She's
do
definitely
now.
your VP. She is as strong as you.
She is something serious.
That's some balls.
Yes.
That's
That's
funny.
funny.
Let's do this now because what I really want to do at this point is I want to go into this conversation. There's a conversation that has been flowing around the internet, and I want my OGs on it right now.
Let's do it.
So, Lano, please take us to
us
the
OGs?
I am getting us t-shirts.
It's
OGs.
He's talking about you two, remember? I'm
She's 21.
I'm Z.
Yeah, no.
I am a proud OG.
Two OGs
Auntie.
and my youngin' over here. Okay,
Auntie,
so go ahead and take us to the Minority Report really quickly, Delano. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun, guys. So this actually is a clip that's going all around the internet right now. Shout out to the Unqualified podcast. Y'all already know what the name alone is gonna be. A little.
Unqualified AF. I think that's what the name of the show is.
Is that what it
I
is?
think that's the name of the show, yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you, they had a very polarizing moment on the platform.
Super viral.
Where a young woman was expressing her dissatisfaction of some things we were talking about here today. She's a bit frustrated with the ability to have to manage the household responsibilities, work, and still be a wife. And like you said, she feels like some things might be uneven, and that arrangement is not always fair. In fact, Delano, please go ahead and roll that so we can go ahead
She
and
put up
take a
with it.
listen.
It's an everyday job for a woman to come home, cook, clean, and take care of the kids, and also go to a job like a man. So you're telling me that a woman has to go work like a man every day, and a man goes work, and he's tired when he gets home. A woman's not tired. She has to clean, cook, do the dishes, do the laundry. Are you kidding me?
Why don't you want to do that?
What are you talking about? Why don't I want to? You know how fucking tiring that is? Have you done that?
I do it every day.
First of all, yelling doesn't mean you're winning an argument. It's a sign of low intelligence. You can lower your voice and speak to me. I'm sitting right here. I can hear you.
And
Your
you're
point
a
is
hypocrite.
invalid, and you sound like the rest of these unwedded women talking about the modern day women right there. I'm going to go to work like you. Do you want me to cook, clean? First of all, if that was the case, so what? Yes, you're going to cook, clean, do this and do that. And guess what? He taking the trash out. He fixing the house. He making sure this. Y'all have different responsibilities and different roles. Now,
Wow.
That was
There we have it.
Fix it, Jesus.
For starters, can you
We have it.
imagine living with her?
she off the chain.
Okay, now
It's not just her, it's both of them.
I
Both
know,
of them, I
but
agree.
just that anger.
Now
Yeah.
I want because obviously she done been through some things.
Yeah.
That's what when I'm hearing that level of anger,
Yeah. It's on the
it got to
chest.
be some experience. Whether she's seen a mama go through something,
Man.
she going through something, or both.
It's personal.
Man.
It's personal. When you see that, ladies, what's your thoughts when you see this? Because this is a real problem that we see in the internet airways, a very regular conversation. And you ladies are also wives, have had relationships with men. Give me your thoughts on what we just heard.
World War II, the men went out to war. And when they came back, they found a different woman and they found a different society. Women had to go out now and hold down industries. So you remember riveting Rosie? Remember their arm? Well, they were working in industries. So when the men came home, they came home the same man, expecting the wives to be the same woman. But society had changed so drastically, and the paradigm of the man hadn't changed. And so now, you needed both salaries just to maintain what one salary had maintained. So society had changed, totally had changed. So women's roles were changing. So when she came home, the man expected her to be the same woman. You stay at home, and, you know, before the man was the only one, the breadwinner, basically. Breadwinner, women would stay home, take care of the family, take care of their husband, take care of the children. Now you have a different world, and the paradigms hadn't changed, and society hadn't changed. And I think this is, we're at this huge intersection between where we've traveled and where we have the potential to be in another 10 years. And it's conversations like this that is going to help. But again, roles, rules, responsibility. Who's responsible? Now, if you have both people going out, both people coming in, who's responsible for the task? And I always say there's 4 hands, 4 feet, and the responsibilities in the house is not gender specific. And I think that when you have a man that says, I want to help you, you're not helping anybody. We are spreading the responsibility clean across the board, unless you want me to stay home. If you want me to stay home and there's only one salary, I can understand that. But now if both of us are going out, why should just the woman come home and still be responsible for all of these tasks? Why can't we talk about it, have a conversation about it, about the responsibilities in the house? And I think this is where a lot of relationships, they begin to disintegrate because they don't have the conversation about responsibilities. We are talking about what am I responsible for? What are you responsible for? We're helping one another, but you're not helping me per se. We're helping one another in the relationship. But I think because we have changed, with the exception of our domesticated roles that we play in the house. What is the role of a woman? What is the role of a man? What is the role of a wife? And I think those roles have to be clearly defined, because there are some women that love cleaning house and taking care of their spouse. And that works. That works. But there are other women that say, get someone else to do it, or you're going to help me. So, you know, there are all kinds of roles that we play in the house, but there are also the responsibilities that we have to discuss. Hopefully before we get married, but if you're right in the middle,
and before you get to that level,
when you get to that level, you need counseling.
But
Big time counseling.
You need marriage
at a
counseling.
place, and I'm gonna have a transparent moment. That was me. That
Wow.
woman right there, because I am 22, 24 years old. I'm in the Army. I'm getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, just like my spouse at that time. We have 2 kids. Actually, I was on my 3rd child with him, and I was frustrated. But what we don't see is why she's angry. I'm not saying it's okay for her to yell and react that way, but there's a reason why she's tired.
Yeah.
But I also can see his side, or what's happening to him. He's done. Because at that point, he was right about telling her to yell, but I don't see the comforting of, baby, what's really going on here either. And so at that point, I was done too. I was tired. I was working just as hard, and I had to go back and look at, where do we come from the origins of our family. He saw his mother work her butt off, go to work every single day, just like the dad. Dad come home, abuse him, or whatever the case. Not my husband now, but those 18 years, I had to realize why that was happening. So his expectation was for me to be like his mother.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm working just as hard. I'm going off to war. He's going off to war. The kids are in. I'm like, whoa, I can't do this. That's not what I didn't sign up for this. Can we do this together? And it wasn't that. And so I realized I married a person that was looking at, this is how my mama do it, and you have to do it
It's
too.
a paradigm that people
Absolutely.
bring, it's a paradigm that people bring into relationships.
Yes.
And I think having the heavier conversation, you being in counseling is going to help you tremendously.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't go to counseling. And I think this is one of the things that is needed, even before it gets to that point. But, you could see both sides. This is my expectations of a woman, and this is my expectations
And I think
of a man.
I think our culture's making it even more sensitive and volatile, because we got the Women Live movement, and we've got all of these, women are equal, and which is great. But I feel like that it makes the women coming in, like even my sons are dating, and you see
My
these
son
women.
just got married.
Uh-huh.
A 25-year-old got married.
Wow.
Yes,
But-
they've always wanted. I'm sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
but
Go ahead.
but now the girls are coming into it. Thank God I raised my boys to know how to do things, because now you do your thing, you do your thing. Nowadays they're even having rooms. You have your room, you have your room. They don't even sleep together. Like we can come together, eventually.
Yeah.
So I think it's these conversations that you're talking about are imperative, because
What are the rules?
Listen.
What are the rules? What are the expectations?
That was the first conversation we had.
What are the boundaries?
But it changes when you have. But what's going to happen? The counseling is great now, and I'm not saying it doesn't work. This is coming from a licensed clinical professional counselor at some point. But what I'm going to say is, it changes once you have kids. You will remember that day. It's all great when it's just you and your wife. But then when the kids come in and you got new kids, now we have to go back to counseling. We have to understand, because now they talk to us about the children, but now they're here. And I'm like, wait a minute, everything has changed. She doesn't have time for me anymore. She's not laying it down like she was before the kids come. Now I'm working, she's working. All those things, it does change. And I believe society is not doing a great job, or we are not doing a great job of going out and getting the much needed help every single time, especially for a culture I come from. Counseling, it was not the thing you did. What happens in my house stays in my house.
So you got belief systems.
Absolutely.
So you've got these expectations, you've got belief systems that you're dealing with.
Yes.
And when you bring that together, it can be either volatile, but conversation, conversing from a place of truth, a place of honesty. And a lot of times we hide. We have facades. We want to make our spouse happy, and then everybody's happy till they're not. Yeah. So learning how to communicate effectively is important. Going back, and I keep emphasizing, what do you want from me? What do you need from me? Am I able to give you that? Are you able to compromise? But then if you have two people from different cultures, different backgrounds, different expectations, sometimes it's an accident waiting to happen.
Now you actually dropped the poll. Let's go ahead and announce that poll, because I want people to really answer that one.
Good, and we need to get into some dating standards, because I think it's important, because I got some questions for y'all.
Oh, yeah.
But this is the poll real quick, guys. I dropped this. We already got 300 people that's completed this poll, so y'all are really ready in the chat today.
Yeah.
So we got, should women be expected to cook, clean, kids, etc., while working full time? We got the same options. We got absolutely, never, and depends on the situation.
Go ahead and take care of that poll, guys.
I mean, this is the thing. We already got 300 votes in, so I think it's pretty much addressed.
Let's see it.
60% of people say depends on the situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We got plenty of them up here, don't we?
Some situations.
Yes.
That's true.
Can I share?
Yeah, of course.
And Kim knows this. We've talked. I married a man that at 6 months in dating, I didn't know he could cook. And my prayer, this was my prayer. I know it sounds crazy. Lord, can he please be a chef? And I will jump off the ceiling fan, onto the dresser. No, this is real, onto the bed. If he can take care of that part, I'm good. So when I learned that he can cook, and I know it sounds so minute, but I know I was building an empire. There are times like I'm trying to remember, did I eat today? Did I do that? He's taking, and it was a conversation, but it wasn't an argument about you do this, you do that. It just began to
just
happen.
worked, just flowed.
I'm like, Lord, you couldn't, because anybody else, why you not cooking?
Oh, yeah.
Why you not doing this? And I'm gonna say it again, get somebody else to do it. Like, I can't do all of it, and I tried it. I said, I can't do this. Something's gonna fall.
You know,
You're the
you're
better chef.
the I can make it happen girl.
I am.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because if you could make it happen, it's done.
But God did that.
Yeah.
My
He
baby
could've sent
cooks,
somebody
too.
else.
Yeah.
I knew it. I'm
My
telling
baby
you.
cooks, baby.
We talking about in the kitchen, Kim. We talking about
No,
in
I
the
cook
kitchen.
too.
Oh, okay.
That's how I got him. That's how I got him. I got him because of my good cooking. We cook together.
Let me ask y'all this, because this is an interesting conversation, because I noticed that when a woman gets a bit older, from what they're communicating to me, they get a lot more open to things they probably were not open to.
You gotta
and
go
we
there.
got some bosses sitting at the table right now. One thing that's common among young women, and still, unfortunately, among older women, is finances. And I know we were getting into that prior. But I want to create a clear separation and some concreteness to this conversation with a very simple question, ladies. Can a good man be broke?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
We were all looking like, what? Was that
Really?
your question? Yes.
That was unanimous.
Absolutely.
So should you?
But not
consider-
lazy. They could be
Okay.
broke,
So
but not lazy.
That's different.
Drop that.
Okay. How do we know the difference?
Well, you know, if you have someone that's generous, they're going to give you everything that they have.
So good.
Whatever that thing is, they'll give up themselves, they'll give up their time, they'll give their opinion, they'll give everything that they have. And if the conversation is around money, I think it should be, what can we do together?
Yes.
If we can do this together, then it's inconsequential who makes what.
Absolutely.
That's maturity.
If we're doing
Absolutely.
it together. If you're contributing equally, now remember my example of 100% and 30%, right? And if this 30% is 100% of what you can do, then we could do this together. But if you are broke and expect me to take care
You're
of you,
laying at home playing Nintendo.
now I am so sorry.
Running the
This is not
streets.
going to work.
Right.
It's not going to work because I'm not going to take care of a grown man.
No, but you got a man that's got a good heart. He's getting your oil changed, your gas in your
He's
car.
contributing.
He's cleaning. He's just
He's contributing.
He
But I'm
just
still,
calls it-
but
it's
here's the
peace.
caveat.
just a piece.
The caveat is this. You've got to make effort because I'm not taking care of a grown man.
Period.
Period.
Ever.
I refuse to take care of a grown
A
man.
lazy,
Now that's my core
grown,
value.
can't handle money, man.
Can't do it.
damn nigga.
I don't even know where he got that sound.
But we're, you know, I think, you know, having conversations about finances, you know, contributing, and I always say, look, when you are young and you're dating, you could pool your money.
Yes.
And you work together and you build together and, you know, you secure a future together when you're young. But when you're mature now and you're going into a relationship, that's a whole different conversation. Because what did you build on your own? Now, it goes both ways. If you have a woman who believes, okay, this is my ticket to retirement, and she's a gold digger,
Like the old
I
kid.
say absolutely not to that.
Yeah.
But if it's equal, if you're equally pooling everything and you're contributing and it's equal, then I could see those things working out. But I'm not going to take care of a grown man.
But there are young women on the other perspective of this. There are women that are out there right now. They're looking for what we call the baller. He's got to be, I'm on my come up. I need him to have this. I need him to have that. And the first question I ask, sis, what do you have? You
Period.
say he has to make 6 figures. Do you make 6 figures? Oh, he's got to have this 3,000 square foot home. Do you have a 3,000 square foot home by yourself? He's got to have this car. He's got to be doing this. And the first
He's got to have
question,
good credit. Yours
he's
is
got-
410.
Where in the world, where do you come into this where you bring something to the
I
table? So I
agree.
know it's both, but
And
going
it's,
back to the
and it's
man,
bankrolling, isn't it?
Yes, it
so,
is.
So it goes back to roles. If this gentleman is prepared to bankroll your dreams and he loves you that much, I could see that working. I could see it working if it's agreed to. Going back to covenant, right? Going back to covenant. If this is an agreement and you want your wife to stay at home and take care of the children and you're going to bankroll everything, I could see that working if that's what he wants. But if that's not what he agreed to, you're going to have a problem in the long run. So I think having conversation, knowing what roles that you could possibly play in a relationship. There are some people who want their spouse to parent their adult child. So you're a little girl and you're marrying someone that you want parent this little girl, or you're a man with a boy on the inside and you want this woman to parent this little boy.
Ugh.
It's going to be problems.
You know,
So
my
there's
20
a lot of different scenarios, and I think that, you know, dealing with each scenario will help people to make wise decisions.
And you see it when you're dating. Sometimes we just ignore it. Like, you already see stuff you don't like.
So I have the
Red
25-year-old that
flags.
just
Yeah,
got
you see the
married.
red
Okay.
flags.
Your son.
My son just got married in Greece, and it was the conversation of both of my younger sons got engaged. So I have a 38-year-old, soon to be a 30, and a 25-year-old, just had a 25th birthday. And I've been knowing since they were probably 18 or 19, because my prayer was, and no offense to their dad, I don't want you to be a Rolling Stone. We're not running through women. We're just not going to do that. Have some respect for yourself. Have respect. I'm a woman. A mother raised you, so don't treat women that way. So thank goodness they didn't. But one of the conversations when they said they wanted to get married, okay, it was, are you sure? And my son married outside of his race.
Wow.
Yes.
Not a problem at all. The kid said, yes. But hold on, let me explain. But at 25 getting married, I know the conversation was about, and I remember him, he was going to school, playing football, he decided he wanted to play. His wife now is a PA, physician assistant. He didn't want to go back to school. He said, well, I don't want to go to school. And I said, what we are not going to do, we are not going to be sitting at the table with her friends and having a conversation, because the question is going to ask, you've already did that one thing. You married outside your race, and so what does your husband do? And you're not going to say, I'm trying to find myself. That is what we're not going to do. As a mother, I said, we're not going to do this. There's nothing against marrying outside your race at all. But what is it that you want to do? Because I want you to sit there as a proud black man and say, this is what I do, and I'm standing up for myself,
So
and I can do
good.
this for my family. And so he said, Mom, I appreciate you saying that. I said, women are not taking care of men around here. We're not going to do that. Now, if you out down on your luck or something like that, I can see that. But she didn't have a job at the beginning. He did. He's the one who was taking care of everything, and now they both have one. I said, I don't expect for you all to know everything, but my expectation is for you to sit back and figure out what works best for you, not what society says, not what your mom and dad say or anybody else, what works best for you. And always have open, effective communication about this, because I believe that's missing. So most kids are not getting married at 25. They're not kids, they're adults. But they're not getting married at 25 because they don't see it. My children came to us and said, no, I'm somebody's husband. I am not somebody's boyfriend. I'm not going to be on these streets running around doing these things. And I respect them because, even more so as young men, because of that.
So, go ahead,
I
Ron.
want to ask this because I think all the ladies agree you could be broke but not lazy.
Yes.
Right.
Now, it's some men who aren't broke, but they still may have that lazy gene in them. So if you...
What does it look like?
Well, exactly. That's what I'm asking y'all.
They're not broke.
They're not broke. But how do you identify if a man has ambition or not? And this is not the broke man,
This
the
is a
$0.
Well, they have dreams. They talk about dreams. They talk about the future. You see, there's a difference between someone who talks about the present and the past, and then someone that has the ability to dream.
Yeah.
And you want a dreamer. You want someone who can project themselves into the future and dream together
So
with
good.
you. Where do you see us? This is where I see us 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. That person is safer than a person that only sees today. So I think we have to learn how to dream again. We have to learn how to use our imagination. And your future follows dominant thoughts. So all you need to do is listen to the conversation. Listen to how he thinks. And I can look at a person's life and what they're doing today and tell you how they thought yesterday.
Right.
And so you want to make sure that you get into his head or get into her head and ask them the hard questions. Where do you see us 10 years from now? Where do you see us 20 years from now? Can we build a life together? And then use this.
Absolutely. Shout out to Harley and Love Cars, guys. 100 questions to get your conversations to
And
the next
this
level.
is
And
good.
And you're gonna
Yes,
find.
it
We
is.
got some questions to see if the brother lazy in here too. Don't
Right.
worry. You're
Link
gonna
in the
find out.
description. Bingo is the promo code for 20% off your order. But I agree with that. But and the reason we ask that is because we run into ladies watch the show all the time, and some of them are actively in relationships, but they're in a relationship with men that they don't have ambition.
I don't know
Yeah.
why they would stay.
I don't either.
I don't know.
Well,
I
see,
don't
I don't know
know
if they know how to but
Yeah.
what you just said was so important, Dr. Trimm, because women are so easily fooled by a man that can have a decent conversation.
Yes.
The bar is set so low.
Yeah.
A man that can give a woman a halfway stimulating
So good.
conversation
He got a decent job. He might be
A
making
decent
70,
job.
80, $100,000 a year.
without really looking at his patterns, without really looking at his habits, without really looking at the environments he's in, if he can give her a decent, not even great, decent convo, he's already elevated, because that's missing so much from dating and the experiences that so many women are having. So having a level of depth and going a little bit deeper to understanding if he's a visionary. Really looking at his routines and habits,
Right.
to see if he's
That's
actually
huge.
living out what he's saying. Because it's even, you got the other brothers that can talk a good game, but they don't live it.
They talk a lot about what they gonna do and don't actually.
There's
bring
no
things to
proof, no
completion.
receipts.
We call
No
them,
receipts.
We call them
No
Amadou.
receipts.
What you
We
call
call
them?
them Amadous.
I'm gonna do this.
Amadou, yes.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
But no receipts.
No
Right.
receipts.
No receipts. So
and look at
you
their
know,
lifestyle too. Look at how they're living. Look at their cars.
You know what I was
Look at
just
their
thinking?
shoes. Are they clean?
You know what I was just thinking?
Well, see, they get past that. The
So,
guy's not a fool.
we need to have this conversation with the women who are raising men. This
Here.
needs to start. This needs to start early.
Yeah.
You know, how do you raise men to be effective husbands?
I've
How
done
do
a
you
good
do it?
job.
And we need to have that conversation with parents. And a lot of our young men are being raised by single parents.
Yes.
So they have to figure out through television, social media, they're trying to figure it out. I think if there's someone out there that really, has a call, they should start some sort of program for single women who are raising men.
There's probably some out there we just don't know about, or
Right.
she's not out there. in the
It ain't
public
enough,
eye.
obviously.
Yeah, but
But if you go back and you were saying they don't recognize it, and there are times I know we kind of put that on the men, but there's some responsibility as women that
Right.
we hold as well. And it may be the answer to your question is she doesn't have a vision for herself. And if we're talking about a society that is really having conversations about why are you not married, or you should be married and you should be with a man and you need to have this and you need to have that. And soon as he comes in, let me snatch him up real quick before somebody else gets him. And so you got three people fighting over one guy who is not worth a quarter, right?
they're thirsty.
Exactly, but it is more of what's the conversation being had with the woman, because it takes a minute. I think maybe not you all. I've been fooled once or twice by him.
Right.
Oh, he look good, got biceps, triceps, all that, and then he has a conversation. It's like, hey, let me borrow $5. What? Wait a minute, how did I miss that? Yo, I gotta tell you about the comment. I mean, I have seen some things, and as I got older,
Let me borrow a quarter.
let me borrow. Hey, I can't find my wallet. I lost my wallet. I need a ticket back to Houston, Texas. And I'm like, what in the world? Is this what this world has come to?
I know it. I've seen
Let me
them.
get your
I
credit card.
I
Let
think
me-
we probably know the
Let me
same
get your
person.
credit card?
Let me
It's
get you.
crazy.
The ladies getting fooled. They tell us
It's
about
the
it all
art
the
of
time.
seduction, isn't it?
It is.
Well, I think
You
that.
didn't have nothing to seduce me with, but anyway, go ahead.
Well, so I think a lot of women
he
they
ain't
are
got
very
no abs
impatient.
and no money.
Very impatient.
I mean, Lisa,
You need something.
something.
I think the ladies, the average woman, she's just extremely impatient, has that scarcity mindset. You don't hear a bunch of women saying there are good men out there.
There
right?
are some good men out there.
No, but you don't hear it from
Yeah.
women that are not saying that. So I think
Well, the
it's a
women that you're
mindset.
with.
Well, not with them.
Well, the women that you're surrounded, because in my circle, we talk about
She get
there
gay.
being
Ooh.
some good women, good men out there, as well as good women. They're both in my circle, and we see them all the time. So
You should
you
start a
can
dating
only,
you should start a
but I
dating.
think we attract who
Right.
we are.
That's true.
We attract who we are, and we attract who we think is worthy. So, it's about worthiness. Our self-worth is so low for a lot of people,
Yeah.
but around the people that I'm with, we talk about there's a lot of good men around us, a lot.
So what do you do? I mean, with the women that don't speak like that, do you advise the women to just stop being friends with the women? It's so many of them. Like, what do they do?
Firstly, they got to work on their worth.
Yeah.
I keep saying this, you attract who you are, not who you want. So you got to fix yourself.
So is it safe to say that if all the men you having are pretty much in the same condition, it's not a them problem, it's a you problem?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Amen.
Yeah.
All right.
Common
That's a
denominator.
hard look in the mirror, ladies.
Is you.
Yeah.
That's a hard look in the mirror right there.
Well, take it to the nice guy. Remember when we were younger? Maybe, I know for me, nice guys didn't win. It was just, he's too nice, he's too settled. I appreciate that person more so now than I ever have. But I wasn't taught to appreciate them when we were younger. So I know you're probably a nice guy. No, you're not a nice guy because you're out there in these streets. But I'm just saying.
The thing is, I think what you're saying about a nice guy is the guy that doesn't have boundaries. So I think that women like gentlemen. I'm a gentleman, so
Okay.
women are extremely attracted to me, right?
Yes.
And they have good reviews
Oh,
as far as I
okay,
know.
okay.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, gentlemen. Okay.
Now the thing is, but I was a nice guy. I had no boundaries. You could talk to me how you wanted to, whatever you wanted
Oh,
to do.
no,
That's
I'm
what
not
I
talking
wanted to
about
do.
that nice guy. No,
yeah,
no.
but so you got to differentiate.
Okay,
Because
okay.
I think that's still very true. The nice guy, the guy with no boundaries, low self-esteem, who will pretty much allow a woman to walk all over them. That guy
that's
never
the
wins.
old definition that we
Right.
grew up with. That's the nice guy. I'm
Right.
talking about the nice guy. He's not out here at our age, right? At
Gotcha.
my age, he's not out here in these streets. He's respectful. He's responsible. He has these things going on.
Yeah.
But he is not causing all this drama because some women love drama. There's got to be some drama out there. He doesn't do any of that, so we consider him a nice guy. I appreciate that nice guy more now than I ever have before, because of where I've been and what I've been through.
Right.
And so when I say nice guy, I'm not talking about the guy you can run all over him, you can cheat on. I'm not talking about that guy. I'm just talking about the guy who he's very low key.
I think, criteria are important. So you should have a checklist on what you're looking for, and don't compromise what you're looking for in a woman, what you're looking for in a man, and don't compromise that checklist. I'm not saying you can't negotiate or renegotiate, but you should have, okay, this is what I'm looking for, and be very specific.
He was supposed to be dark, tall, handsome, 6'4", and all of that. I got something even better, Dr. Cindy Trimm. Something even better.
So if they can, reach your expectations or even exceed your expectation, that's a
it was
winner.
a joke. I was joking.
But I'm still saying that for a lot of people, they don't have standards.
Yeah,
They
this
just
is
want a
true.
man, or they just want a woman. And they get the first female or the first male that comes into their lives, and they don't have expectations. They don't have standards at all.
Imagine being out there.
And that's what we see with that lady in that video.
And you know what? Did that poll change? Did the poll pretty much stay the same? or
No,
did you
I
close
ended
it
the
out?
poll. I ended it shortly after that.
So here's actually what I want to do, because we've been going into the dating and that part of our situation. And
Okay.
by the way, let me reset the room here, because y'all just understand what's going on here right now. Dr. Cindy Trimm, Dr. Sonja, and Real Talk Kim is in the building here.
1,400
Hardly
initiates in the
initiated,
chat.
and it is bingo night.
1,700
here.
initiates
Yeah,
in the
it's
chat.
over 1,700, by the way.
This is
Let's
good.
get to 2,000. Everybody hit the like button.
2,000, come on.
And share this thing out, because it's some sisters. It's a lot. Matter of fact, it's too many sisters that need this message. So share it out. It's definitely more than 2,000. So we need at least that amount in here. Let's go ahead. I have a special initiate that sent us
Wait, hold
over
tight.
something. Go ahead.
We gotta talk about the giveaway for tonight.
Let's do the
Yeah,
giveaway.
This is good. And guys, let us know in the chat if you can hear our guests on the mics. Let us know in the chat if you can hear them good, or if you need to turn up those mics. But guys, this is good. We got a giveaway, and I want Lano to show y'all proof that we always deliver on the giveaway. I want Lano to pull up
That
some
is
of our past
facts.
giveaway winners. But this one is very special. This one's very special because this giveaway is sponsored by Tally & Twine.
Yeah.
So guys, Tally & Twine is the largest black-owned watch company in the world. Not only has Tally & Twine been producing some of the best wristwear in the game for over 10 years, they also been featured on Wall Street Journal, Black Enterprise, and the New York Times. Guys, most watch companies just copy popular brands, but Tally & Twine crafts quality and attention-grabbing timepieces that are sure to set you apart. I literally got on mine right now. They literally sent us one.
Yeah.
Tally & Twine is helping us give away one watch every week this month, up to a $250 value. And this is easy, guys. We're actually going to allow you to choose the watch. Lano, if you can pull up their website real quick so we can take a look at Tally & Twine. Not today. Okay, cool. So we are giving away one watch a week, guys. So all you got to do is click the survey that I'm going to drop in the chat. The survey simply lets us know a bit more about you, the viewer, as well as what you want from Hardly Initiated.
Yep.
Again, all you got to do is click the link in the description and in the chat. And don't forget to check out Tally & Twine for your next watch, which the link is also in the description.
Yes.
So shout out to those guys.
And so
guys,
complete
one
the
watch
whole
a week.
survey. You got to complete the survey to fully qualify. Complete it, guys, and we'll get it to you. Don't be spamming my survey either. All right? Give me some real answers on there, and you will apply to win, and we'll let them know at the end of the week.
Yeah, every Monday, guys, we are going to be announcing the past week's giveaway winners.
Excellent. Thank you for remembering the giveaway, Ryan. Great job on that one. Let's go ahead and transition here because I got an initiate that need some help. So let's get over to the X-Files, Lano. Oh, yeah. So y'all see the EX here. This here is the X-Files,
Right, we
where
going
we
crazy.
go ahead and we feature
Guys,
This
this is
is
big.
something very special, okay? This is, you guys are sending us emails, and we are not neglecting
This
you.
is
Ryan
great.
is pulling out his
I gotta put my
briefcase
gloves on
right
for
now.
this one.
And this is classified evidence right here.
Yeah.
He's going to go ahead and read an email from one of our initiates, and I got the OGs here, okay? And one youngin',
A 1Z and the OG.
one Z, one Gen Zer, and the OGs are about to help us get some answers. It's taking really long for Ryan to get the
I know.
gloves on.
Guys, we got to get some different gloves. It's not that hard to put on.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, I'm ready. Y'all ready?
Yes. So let's go ahead and hear this one.
Okay. Shout out to Dolores, 57-year-old female.
Hey, D.
D? No, she's cool.
She's cool?
She's cool.
Okay,
This is
good.
Dolores.
Okay.
Now, hopefully she's cool.
She got to be cool
So,
now.
gotta be cool. So Dolores says, I am 57 years old. My husband is 65. Although our relationship started through an affair, we've been married for 7 years. Our sex life and intimacy is non-existent. Yet my husband masturbates regularly. He lies about it, and I've unfortunately had to set a trap to catch him in the act.
Damn.
Dolores, you off the shade. She says he wants to work on our relationship now that I have caught him red-handed. I think we should live separately to see if we can actually recover from this. We're older, and let's face it, our relationship is so bad, I don't even know if we'll live long enough to get through the many layers of this onion. I'm attracted to him, but he's not good in bed. He always wants me to masturbate him and myself.
Wow.
Yo, we gotta read these before we start the show.
Go ahead.
I am truly torn, and I don't know what to do.
Well, there you have it. That is today's X-Files. And when you hear this situation,
That's great. Many layers to this.
many layers. So let's actually start from the top, because there are many layers. Because the way this started, I think, is very important. Because let's start here. Is it possible to have a successful relationship that was born out of an affair? This is a little slower. The start here is a little slower.
That must be.
Than prior.
Look,
Yo,
you know I'm a Christian. So the answer for me is no, straight up.
Wow. Never.
If it starts wrong, it ends wrong.
I mean, God don't,
Okay.
he don't bless a mess. That's why they ain't got no sex going on. They've got all this stuff. It started wrong. Now, I have seen a relationship that was, conceived out of an affair, and they are doing phenomenal.
Wow.
So I have
Wow.
seen it work, but I'm not going to hell for nobody.
How
so
long
I'm
had
not gonna
this
be doing
couple
that.
been married?
So the couple that had gotten together from the affair have been together for 28 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's the question? Say the question one more time. And I hear you, but I want to go.
Well, we
through
got
something.
a couple of questions.
No,
We
just
starting
that
it right
same
here.
question.
The question.
Do I think.
Yeah.
It
Is the
is-
relationship that has been initiated through an affair doomed to failure?
I would say it's the wrong thing to do. It is a wrong thing to
Absolutely.
do. Doomed, can't say that because I'm not there. I don't know what they worked through. I don't know what happened. I'm not going
Agree.
to be in there. But what I will say, it shouldn't have happened. And do they deserve to be blessed? I would still say no, they do not. Not in that relationship. I do not. First off, you're going to, depending on what happened, first thing I thought about, somebody cheated and you went and now y'all together and you thought it was going to be great and now you got to deal with what she was probably dealing with anyway and you just got the result of what she was dealing
You
with.
got
That's
the
what-
headache.
I'm thinking about all of that. So absolutely not.
I'm gonna be honest. A lot of women, when they get older, they again open themselves up to a lot of situations.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of situations
And-
they probably wouldn't have before. And a man who's married is one I'm hearing consistently through friends, family, and the community.
Married.
So that's a really consistent
And
thing.
you will
midst of a
always
divorce.
you'll always be suspicious of that person.
Always. You'll never trust them.
Oh yeah.
So a relationship, the sticky glue to any relationship is trust. So she does not trust him at all.
No.
Because if you're setting a trap for your husband,
Yeah.
there's no trust that's there.
And guys, this is a real email. Like, we're not pulling it.
Yeah.
This is an
Oh, I
email
believe it.
that was sent to us within the past week, because we always like to pull the most relevant emails. But I did have a question, because like Tyshawn said, we hear that all the time. What is the mindset of the woman who decides to deal with a man who's either actively married, headed toward divorce, or just has some sort of lingering relationship?
Desperate. Thirsty. You have to, because he's not going to be yours, whether you want him to or not. And if he says he is, I don't believe that. You're desperate. You're thirsty. Well, let me just take what's left over, because you think you may think that you're at the end and your clock is running out. So let me get what somebody else has.
Plus, he's been deceptive. He deceived his wife. He's deceiving you. You've got deception that's there. So how can anything work when you have no trust? You've got deception. How can that be blessed? How could that work? You always have to look over your shoulders. If he cheated with you, he's going to cheat. Period.
Character.
But he told
So
her.
you've got
But
character.
he told her, Dr. Cindy. He
told
told her,
her.
Kim. He told her, Real Talk Kim. He told her that it wasn't working, and she did this, and she never really sat down and got the details. So she's assuming, or vice versa, they're assuming.
Why
that
would
the
you
other
even
person-
think to start a conversation with a man that's in that's got a wife and kids? Like, I don't even understand that thought.
I can't
frame.
find my own.
That's
I can't
it.
find my own.
No, that's really it.
I
Why
don't
do I have
get it.
to?
Wow.
Why do I? Not me. I can't find my own. So why not? He came to me. He's not happy there. I can make him happy. We have great conversation. Sex is off the chain. Why not? Why not?
I hear many men, even married men, speak that once they get married, in many cases, they actually become more attractive.
Right.
Because they look more
'Cause
stable.
yeah.
They look like they already know how to
It's
run a
the
home.
dream. It's the dream,
It's
right?
the dream.
He's the dream.
I had a lady that stayed in a relationship with a man that was married for 18 years. Wow. And did not spend one holiday with him. And I asked her, why would you do that? And she said, because I love the perks without the pressure. I didn't have to.
Wow.
I didn't have to I didn't have to do wifely things. I got the fun. And then he went home and did what he did with her, and I didn't care.
Is she broken?
Wow.
Is she broke? If a woman in that space, is that a broken woman?
She's single. He died.
He died.
He died.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I know
I just can't
that's
even
a
wrap
real
my head around
mindset.
it.
That's a
Plenty
that's a
of them.
real mindset.
And
Now-
then you've got values that you have to think about as well. So what are her values? What is his values? You got those values that you're thinking about, and talking about women and redefining who we are and where do we go from here, and what are we compromising in the process?
Yeah.
You compromise so much because you become a role model for another young woman. And I think that we need to rethink what it means to be married, what it means to have a relationship. We need to have that conversation, because people don't want to get married now. There's some people that say, "Oh, I never want to get married."
A lot of people.
Oh yeah.
After what my parents went through, I don't want to get married, but
Yep.
they're prepared to do marital things, and we have to have that heavy conversation.
I heard
Now-
somebody actually talked about earlier, alluded to the concept of living separate earlier. And what a timely situation here, because that was a part of one of her solutions.
Yeah.
That's
she
a roommate.
opposed the solution of actually living. Was it in separate rooms or separate houses?
Well, she's saying move separately. So is that her?
Agree.
Is that her looking for a real solution, or just the next step to exit the relationship?
I think when you said that, the first thing I thought about, she's just going to see if that's going to wake him up. Is he going to change his ways? That's the first
Gotcha.
thing I thought about. Wasn't
I don't know.
necessary
She
in
said that when he got caught, he started begging her and trying to work
Getting
for
caught
her.
He
doing
doesn't
what? What
want.
is it?
He doesn't want her.
Yeah, what, getting caught
So
doing
the
what?
chase is over.
Yeah, getting caught doing what? He wasn't sleeping. He was masturbating
He was
himself.
masturbating
And now he wants
And
to
I
work
caught
on
him.
it.
He doesn't want her.
He does not, and she knows
Why
it.
would you want to stay with someone that doesn't want you?
She knows it.
Or maybe it's
ghetto.
because he's dealing with erectile dysfunction.
Right.
And instead of going through that headache, it's,
He
what?
is-
Wait, so
65.
this is loaded. So let's just assume she wants to try to work this out. and this is just a general question, and please be real with us. How important is sex after 50?
1 to 10?
1 to 10.
25.
Really?
25.
Heck yeah.
Can we, 25.
Wow.
Dr. Cindy Trimm looked at me like, what?
Slayer.
25.
Look,
Listen, we
it
get better
depends
and better.
because it depends. The most intimate of any conversation, the most intimate of any conversation happens between a man and a woman, and it's not verbal conversation. When you come together and you affirm one another, it's a sacred act, and I think that's why the Bible kept it sacred.
So
and
good.
and you're sharing the most intimate part of yourself. And when someone says, I don't want to share the most intimate part of myself with you,
so
you
sad.
have to question, do you actually want me? Going back to her, she has a lot of issues
That's
that
the
she has to
truth.
deal with. But she has to come to facts and truth.
He does not want her.
The truth is he doesn't want you. I don't care what you catch him doing.
So now the doesn't want her part.
Yeah.
That comes from him not being able to perform.
We don't know that. We
Okay.
don't know. We don't know whether he can perform. We don't know that. What we do know is they have this huge gap.
He could go get a pellet.
Right. So you've got this
he
gap.
doesn't know.
You've
He
got
could.
this
He
gap
looked
in
at-
a
yeah, he didn't know.
relationship.
He could go get
So
help.
what she's simply saying is this: he doesn't want to be intimate with me, but he's intimate with himself. So why doesn't he want me?
He could get
the
help.
big
Got it,
question.
got it,
The
got
big
it.
question on the table is why doesn't he want me?
Because he still has a drive, but why didn't me?
I
Why
didn't think about
doesn't
that
it?
part.
Why doesn't he want me?
Yeah.
So you can get caught up in the facts. Facts is not truth.
So
The issue is she's asking this question.
So good.
Should I stay with someone that doesn't want me? You cannot make someone want you.
Oh gosh.
And you can live in a lie.
Such a hard
And you
place.
could be miserable all your life. Or you can come together, you can have that heavy conversation. Do we stay and work on this relationship, or do we part? But why would you want now to engage
Separation.
in a relationship with your roommate?
Yes, and now and
That's
she's
the
even-
height of
and
deception.
she's
You're
even-
deceiving
She's
him.
even said we may not have time. We may not even have enough time to live to get there.
Yeah.
she's good.
Oh, yeah.
She's
So you've got
57.
health issues. So you got health issues. I think she needs to go to therapy.
Both
Yeah.
of them.
That was
If
a
I
strange
was
comment.
her, if I was her, you can't
She could live
can't
another
make
25 years doing
but you
it.
can't make someone want you. You cannot.
So let me.
So
can I-
she,
let me-
since she's asking the question,
Let me jump
honestly,
in here if I may.
I can tell
since
Dr.
she's-
Trimm is passionate
no,
about this.
no. Since she's asking the
she
question,
is. Yeah,
she
she is.
needs to go to therapy.
But the thing is, what she's saying, you asked the question. I want to go back because this is. I said to myself, if we talk about this, I'm going to be very open and transparent. This is the conversation older, wiser women don't have. You asked a question about sex. I'm talking about married folks right now.
Right, married folks.
That's the conversation we don't have because no one had this conversation with me before I got married. Not the roles and responsibilities. As a young woman, I was dealing with the rape. I was dealing with having a child at 17. So when it came to sex, I was not interested, and especially I married someone who didn't understand about intimacy, not just sex, but intimacy, period. But as I got older in my 50s, this was not a conversation anyone sat down and said, Sonja, let's talk about this. There are some things that are going to happen to your body and to his. Thank God for the pellet. Hello, menopause,
Go
all
get
of
a
that.
pellet.
It was just, this is a conversation we are not having, and we're not having it in the church. It's like, oh, go take one for the team, put some water on your face and whatever, because there's a cycle of a man that happens every 3 days if he's not dealing with some health issues. And if he is dealing with some health issues, he's not really, I'm sorry, let me calm down. But this
Every
is a
3
real-
days?
No, we got to
Every
no,
three,
we
if
need to
not
talk
every
about this.
day. I'm talking about as they get older, but as they get older, it slows down. I had to study this. I just went through a whole year of studying because when I got married, I didn't know what was happening to my body. I didn't know about menopause. I didn't know what the men went through. My husband and I had to sit down and have a real come to Jesus moment and conversation. Hey, I waited my whole life to be like this, from the windows to the wall. I waited my entire life to be happily married. What is happening? Lord, please forgive me. Call my husband right now. Tell him I got to, because somebody somewhere is going through this and we don't talk about it because it's a stigma about, hey, don't talk about this. And it's real. This is a real conversation. There are men that are dealing with ED and nobody's talking about it. It's an embarrassing thing. It happens. There are women over here that don't know, okay, I'm just going to let my body settle. And you're married and you wonder why they step outside. I'm just being real here. We have to have these conversations because it's not being had.
Well, we had an episode, maybe it was about a year ago, and it went viral. And the whole episode was with Dr. Bobby Price. And
on erectile dysfunction.
On erectile dysfunction. And it was 90%. I mean, I think the episode got 500,000 views. It was 90% men, which we never have on any episode.
Yeah.
But it was the most watched episode for men. And when we meet people and men, and we ask them, what's your favorite episode? Even young men, I'm talking about 30-year-olds, they're like, it was Dr. Bobby.
Mm-hmm. They look to the left and the right first, though. They're like,
yeah.
It was Dr.
30-year-old men talking about erectile dysfunction, let alone the older men that we get to email us at least
I think,
every week.
the whole idea of understanding your biology and the psychology. And there's not enough conversation around that, even in growing up and having healthy conversation and then factual conversation. Most people's sexual education is coming from their friends. There's coming from television,
pornography.
Yeah, that's huge. But to have a conversation like this, and this is why I want to compliment the two of you, because these are the heavy kinds of conversation that needs to be had, and they need to be had in an honest way, in a sensitive way, so that people can get the right information.
Yeah.
And I want to circle back. I have to circle back to this young woman.
Okay.
You can't fix a person. You can only fix yourself. Mm-hmm. And you've got to go and you've got to get counsel. Yeah. Because you know what you have to do. You're just pushing it off because you already know what the fallout is going to be like. So you should never compromise. Go get counsel. So
I want to ask this though, because I think as a woman, this woman here was in her 50s or 60s, Ryan?
She's 57. Her husband is 65.
So she's 57. I know a lot of women around that age that's dating, thanks to Harley Initiated. And the problems that they experience is a little bit more unique because of their age. Should a woman not be more open to potentially having to settle in that part of her life because she's older?
No, absolutely not.
That is so
assuming the other needs are met.
No, but okay, look. These are the kinds of conversations you have to have before you're dating, while you're dating. But if you haven't had it and it's a surprise to you, for instance, if a woman, they get married and then you find out these things that she had as a secret, or the man had this secret, you got a problem in your marriage, period. Oh. So it's not just about sex. It's about someone coming clean, period. So if they are keeping secrets in one area, they're keeping secrets in a whole lot of areas. Oh, yeah. So you've got an accident waiting to happen. And then secondly, a woman comes into her own about 50. She's just coming into her own. That's the best time to marry. Yes. That's the best time to be with a woman after 50. She's amazing. Settled. A woman is amazing after 50. What she wants. Right? So, but a man starts to decline sexually after 30. So the decline it's there. I'm not saying that he can't perform, but the decline, it's biologically proven.
Right.
So a woman is coming into her own at 50. So you may have an issue where you have two different appetites. Yes. You have to have that discussion. But if you've never talked honestly in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s, you're going to have problems in your 50s and 60s.
But now, because of 2024 and 25, we got stuff. There's stuff to help men get it up and women get excited. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All we got to do is go get our blood work done. And people don't even know that.
I want to drop a poll on that, though, real quick.
They don't want to talk about it.
Because I want to know how many ladies in the room are willing to marry, assuming all needs are met, outside of their sexual needs. And I don't want to just say, I don't want to just say, let's not say no sexual needs.
I mean,
let's just say it's less than average.
You're talking about performance versus
Well,
because that is different.
Because erectile dysfunction.
Performance and condition.
Yeah,
Yes,
condition that you can't.
Or how about this? Will you be willing to marry a man with erectile dysfunction?
Well,
that it?
I mean, that's all men are going to eventually have erectile
Please,
dysfunction.
no. I rebuke that.
Not mine.
I mean, eventually, it is eventually doesn't.
Erectile dysfunction.
Health is diet, is all of that.
I mean,
Works
absolutely.
I don't know.
keep
I
that
mean,
away
does
from
a
this
100-year-old
area.
man? I mean, I figured at some point, but I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor.
I mean, bro, we got some good stroking years. You're going to 100, but what about 30 to 60? You know what I'm saying? We don't need that. I don't think every man.
You would be surprised how many men out there right now, to include some of your friends, that are not having that. You're not saying anything.
No,
and
that's
this
true.
is happening to them right now.
It's a market for. I mean, even when you look, I think it's hymns.
Yeah.
Those commercials are playing for 25,
Well,
30
young
go,
men.
and they need to go to the doctor. A lot of people do not go to the doctor. They don't.
Nope.
To deal with the issue. They may talk to their best friend, but they should go to the doctor.
I remember having a couple back in the day, the Periscope days, when I was doing counseling and all that, and this lady did an application, and she said, Dr. Sonja, I would like to see you. I said, about what? She said, my husband is not sexually active. Mm-hmm. And so I began to ask questions before we got on a call. I said, well, talk to me a little bit more. And so he got engaged in the conversation, and he says, I just don't want to go through that mindset of what I have to go through to be disappointed and disappointing her. He had never said that out loud to her, so she just thought he didn't want her. Mm-hmm. All you have to do is get to a place where you're going to have a conversation about it and go get the much needed help. There are things out there now to help them naturally, because some people don't want to take medication. They want to do this. It's about your health. It's about your diet. It's about working. It's about all of that. But there are conversations. Men are not having these conversations at all.
Well, my advice, even to the one people that are married and they're young, they're in their 20s and 30s, deal with your health.
Yes.
A lot of times we avoid taking responsibilities for our physical health. You have nutrition that you've got to deal with, exercise that you've got to deal with it. Start when you're young. All of us are going to get older. And you need your health when you're 50 and 60 and 70. You need your health, but it starts young. It's all cumulative. And if you're dealing with a health issue, it's not just going to be solved through counseling. You got to make sure on a yearly basis, annually, that you go to, your reproductive doctor, the doctor of reproductions, and do your physicals every year.
And it's never too late. I didn't start exercising until I was 50. Now got abs at 52.
Look at you.
Uh-oh.
Look at
What a round of applause for that one.
It ain't never too late.
Yes.
I like that.
And so I dropped the poll,
Just
guys.
start.
Yes.
I dropped the poll, assuming all needs are met, and this is ladies only, because I know the fellas, they're probably trying to chime in on this one. Are you willing to marry a man with erectile dysfunction? Don't mind the spelling. I'm not sure if I know how to spell that right. And I got yes and I got no. 200 votes so far. 55% of the ladies are saying no.
55.
They will not marry a man with erectile dysfunction.
We'll let that go. In fact, what we're going to do, let's go ahead now.
Would y'all?
Let's open up the phone lines now, Ryan. Callinnow.com. Callinnow.com, ladies. We're going to let y'all go backstage. Come backstage because we're about to move into the hotline in just a few. Callinnow.com.
Yes.
Go backstage. Dating and relationship questions for our panel tonight.
Guys, we're getting really good at this. And you heard what Tyshawn said. Literally, all you got to do is go on your phone or a web browser, www.callinnow.com. CALLINNOW.com. And I'm also going to drop the link in the description and in the chat. And, let's just let that poll ride for a little bit because I think we probably get about 500 votes on this one. And it's still 50-50 pretty much. So let's just see in a few minutes.
I cut you off. What you
What
saying?
you talking about? What you talking about?
Well, pretty much, would you
I
marry
asked
America?
them, would they? Would
yeah.
you have married somebody like that?
No.
Would you?
Depending on the age.
Let's get Dr. Sonja's husband on the line right now. Let's get him to motivate these men to make sure they can get right.
Because this, that's the fact that I've heard so many women say no. This is a really important part of a relationship, and on top of that, is something that you might not find out in marriage, because we tell be celibate, right? So this might be something you get hit from the side. Well, first of all, a lot of people not waiting to be celibate in the first place.
Yeah.
But for those who do, this is a real concern.
You can still go to the doctor and get that check without having intercourse there and making sure and getting
Dr.
some
Sonja,
reports.
are you saying women should take their man to the doctor to make sure get up before
That
marriage?
is not
I
going to
did
happen.
not
That
say
is
that.
savage,
I did not,
Dr.
I did
Sonja.
not say take them to the doctor. Okay, think about the royal family. Do you realize what they put her through to make sure she can reproduce? Do you realize? You ever thought about that?
There ain't no
What-
woman making her husband
No.
go. I
I'm
need
just,
to see if it
no,
works.
not making them go, but I just want, just for a moment, I'm just gonna put this out there. Do you know what they put her through to make sure, one, she could have children, two, that she was healthy and all of that? I'm not saying it was right, but it happened. She had to go through all of that. So now we're having conversations about to make sure everything is on the up and up, per se.
So you're talking about disclosure.
But
You
they-
know,
some
just
of
so
them
you're,
don't even know it.
you're talking about disclosure. Is there anything that I need to know
Yes.
that is important? Is there anything that I need to know about you?
No, I'm good.
You know, and that's and you know,
Hey.
but then you know, those are grounds. You know, if you lie to me,
Yeah.
you take away my freedom of choice.
But what if I didn't know? It was good when we were dating, and then we were engaged for a year, and then all of a sudden it happened. I didn't know.
That's
changed.
different. That's different. That's different from deceiving
True.
and not telling the truth.
When me and Angelo were dating, right in the early beginnings, he said, "I just need to know everything."
Yeah.
Like we sat down and talked about everything.
Yeah.
And we laid it out on the table and said there would never be any surprises. And I just think it's really important for you to have those conversations. And when you love each other, you can have those conversations.
Yeah. And when you have
Especially
maturity,
our age, yes.
maturity and integrity.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
looking outside of the people who may not be sitting at this table.
Yeah.
And I wanted to really have the conversation about what you all are saying. But I'm also thinking about the person on the other side of that camera, and
Yeah.
it sounds simple to y'all. You've been able to do this, you've been able to do that, but you don't understand what it's like out here in these streets. You do not understand. So those 55% that say, "Hey, I wouldn't do it." Now there may be some caveats to that. Well, is he a great guy? Can we get some help? Did he go get help? Is he just like, "Hey, I'm done. This is happening to me. Nature." It's just happening. It's just happening to me. And some may not want to get that taken care of. I can see the 55%, but I know there's another number over there like, hey, it's okay.
Right.
Because they're thinking, well, maybe they'll go get the help.
Hopefully.
And
guys, I think that, I mean, shout out to Dolores for sending over that
Yeah, Dolores.
that
Thank you for
email.
being vulnerable
I
on
think that
Yeah.
I think that her question was amazing. It's
Yeah, me
it's a
too.
lot. It's a lot of layers.
It is.
And for someone to have that much courage, it's helping a lot of people. So I just want to acknowledge her courage and acknowledge the fact that we're really grateful to have the opportunity to use her life as a case study for other people to learn from.
I love that. And shout out to Dolores. Go ahead and drop a courage in the chat, because Dolores, as Dr. Trimm said, had incredible courage for allowing us to share her story and get some really positive feedback on that.
Yeah.
And if you want also to be featured on the X-Files, info@hardlyinitiated.com, guys, send over your stories so we can also go ahead and bring them up to us on the next show. Ryan's going to pull out his briefcase and his gloves.
It gets
And
crazy.
we will
It gets
make sure we
crazy on the
feature.
X-Files.
We actually got some people backstage, guys, by the way, because it's time. We're about to close this thing out. All right, so go ahead, send in your final super chats. Yes, we have worked these women tonight.
And we asked the tough questions tonight.
And
Good
we
job.
asked the tough questions because these are the questions that our cultures needs to know. These are the things that a lot of us are suffering with in silence, and some of us out loud even on podcasts. So what I want to do now, I got a couple people backstage. I want you to come backstage. Don't be shy. Bring your dating and relationship questions. Lano, please take us over into the hotline.
I know when that hotline blink.
You better hope Denise don't ask the question. Don't let her ask the question.
Oh, bring up.
Don't do it.
I like that.
All right.
And now you got to give the give the talk to the guests. Let them know, like, whatever they want to communicate.
No, absolutely, guys, because what we're going to do, we're going to bring some of our initiates up. They just come backstage. Whoever wants to come, this is just open Q&A, guys. This is your opportunity to speak to these amazing individuals. And this is important because some of you guys will probably never in person be able to meet them. But today on Hardly Initiated, it's possible if you have the courage to go backstage, callinnow.com. We'll let you come up and ask questions. I love you guys, but I need you to be brief and brilliant. Okay.
And ask only Dr. Cindy Trimm the question.
I know it, for real.
1,800 people in the chat, and guys, I'm not sure if you noticed, we got all
been
kind of
on our best behavior with her sitting here.
Yeah. Give me your, and God, when you come up on here, I need your age, your location, and your relationship status, and we'll get to your question. And you guys have free range to go ahead and ask whatever question. This is your world. Me and Ryan are living in it.
We just bystanders.
By the way, do we have anybody backstage right now?
Go ahead and bring it up.
Let's go ahead and bring up. It looks like we got Chandra backstage, right? Let's go ahead and bring Chandra up on stage. Chandra, wait, is she back there?
Get us right, Lano.
Get us right, Lano.
Chandra, she right above guest one. Right above guest one.
There you go. What's up, Chandra? How you doing, sister?
Hey, everyone.
How you doing?
I am doing well. My name is Chanda Samar. I'm 49 years young as of the 11th in Indianapolis, Indiana. This is such an appropriate conversation. And the reason I say that is because I am twice divorced, been married, and no one talks about women and our sexuality in the church and what happens. So I literally just had a GYN full physical, and she was shocked. And she literally said, there's women that aren't even half your age that aren't as healthy hormonally as you are. So what does that mean? That means when I meet men and they assume because I don't have any biological children that I can't have children. But that is far from the case. And I have all of the numbers to prove it. So then I met a man and I was just shocked that he was shocked that I still have a menstruation once a month. And when we look at African-American women between endometriosis, fibroid tumors, having hysterectomies, everything else, when your hormones are being impacted, that impacts your sexual performance. So we hear from the men saying the wife doesn't want to give it up. But then at the same time, like I could use my ex-husband who never ate right, didn't take care of his diet, the overweight, the obesity, the sad American diet, and how it impacts, which is what Dr. Bobby Price had shared on when he was on. There is a serious issue that's happening. And most men don't even realize that for women, God gave us a physical organ that is just for pleasure on women. It serves no other purpose. But most men don't even think about that because they're so busy trying to get in the box that they skip over that.
Now we gotta. What's wait? Now listen. She was ready. Now you gotta give us. You gotta give us that question.
Give us that question.
So the question is from all of the panel, because I admire each of you women and been following you with each of you immensely every time, especially Dr. Sonja. You're the only one I haven't seen live yet. How do we as women of God, praying in tongues, laying hands, all of that, but still, I had somebody try to tell me I was wrong because I'm believing God for excellent sexual health in my final marriage.
Was that the question?
Yeah. What are we supposed to do?
Are you asking if you're wrong for it? Absolutely not.
For believing in
Believe, baby, for Amos 9:13, all the way in your sexual drive. He's going to do exceedingly abundantly, Ephesians 3:20. Let's just go on and give all the promised scriptures.
And so that was just the question. First of all, understanding the sexual health.
Came out here to go ahead and let y'all know what the situation was. And listen, I'm not even mad at you, Chandra. Thank you so much for coming up on here and joining us. Okay, sister?
Good job,
Thank
Chandra.
you. Admire you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That is funny. Lana, we got anybody else backstage here? Guys, go ahead. By the way, you can send over any super chats here because it is almost time to go ahead and get these ladies up out of here. I know they nice and young, but they got bedtimes, all right? We can't keep them up all night long. Look at that.
I can't go to bed. I'm going home to watch Murder, She Wrote.
I am absolutely already asleep by now. I get up for 8 a.m. prayer call, so yes.
I go to bed when my body says go to sleep.
What happened? What happened, Lano?
No, listen. Honestly, it's light today. The
No
family
way.
is shy. They are shy
No
today.
way. Not with 1,800 people in the chat. I'm very shocked by that.
With 1,800 people in the chat, they still a little shy.
Maybe they got all their answers.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, just stay warmed up to it, family, because what's gonna happen is the initiation hotline is gonna be coming up, so y'all got to get back hot.
Denise
and
says she
used
want to come in
what
and
is
she got a
happening.
question.
Tell her come up.
They won't let her in.
Tell her come up.
Wait. You want to come on?
No, Denise.
Denise want to
She said she can't get in.
Callinnow.com. It's called. Now this is going to. And by the way, let me give people just a quick
Tell her
update
that
on
she
who
embarrassed
Denise is.
me.
Denise is
You
the
met her.
VP.
Yes,
I
you
met
met her
Denise.
at we were at when I got the
At
award.
the
She was
event.
with me. Yes.
I remember. So Denise is the VP here of the Boss Empire with Dr. Sonja, and threw a little shot the shot, pow pow, at Ryan Catchings. So we might see.
So okay, so what they're saying is they have an issue with the link.
Oh, that's what's happening. See, the people are actually trying to come in.
So let's see.
That's what's happening. It's Delano's fault. I get it.
Let's
I
see.
get it. It's okay. So this is going to be very interesting. And by the way, just give me some background. Denise, is this a...
No, I'm not. Denise is wilding out. She is so much fun, and she's gonna have fun with this. But she's gonna ask some questions. So I hope you all are just ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We ready. And I
So-
dropped it a different way, guys.
There you go.
Denise said you safe. She's like, no. Denise, go ahead and bring it up here to the chat. We need to have you in the chat.
Because worst case scenario, because if they say, can they not come in the room is what they saying? Guys, and let me know, are you having problems clicking the button and getting in the room? Because if so, I might do something a little bit interesting here. We might just have to call Denise and put it on speakerphone.
Oh my goodness.
Send her the link.
We might just have to call her.
Let me
and
talk
put
to
it
her
on
first.
speakerphone.
Let me tell her. Let me talk to her first.
They laughing about the gloves. The chat's still going crazy. We got 1,800 people in the chat. How you feeling, Dr. Trimm?
I'm feeling great.
You feeling good?
She's gonna be up all night. She's a young one in the group, so she says she is good to go. We got to go to bed.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We got somebody back. Go ahead and bring him up.
Go ahead and bring him up. Go ahead.
Who is it?
Let's see who we got back here. Let's see. Now we got
to get that right, Lano.
There we go. Oh, it's my sister. Is it Labrie? Denise, get queued up.
Take her off mute. Take her off mute.
You got to get off mute, sister. You are on mute. Go ahead and unmute that joint. And by the way, we just moved to Zoom here. Everybody getting used to it. Labrie, can you speak? Can we hear you?
Yes.
There you go, sister. How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I am blessed. Go ahead, give me your age, your location, and your relationship status.
I am 33. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm single.
There you have it. What's your question for us tonight?
Being a single, young mom, I'm a mother of one. I'm in a single season trying to, I guess, get closer to God, of course. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to, let me just keep it 100. So I've been single, trying not to give in to the advances of men that, pop up from my past or new ones, because I'm trying to focus on myself and get closer to God. But how do you know the difference between someone from your past being, not right for you, or like differentiate between wrong time, wrong place, and now is the right time? If that even made sense. I'm sorry about that.
You did.
So, and just to confirm, you pretty much got these men coming in your life. They spinning the block, right? Old men coming back, and you trying to figure out pretty much if it's whether or not you should or should not allow these brothers to get access back to you.
Right.
Okay. And by the way, this is going to be a little personal question, but we going in tonight. Are you currently dealing with a brother from your past?
No, one just came up yesterday, though.
Okay. When you say came up, you met him in person, or you guys had a phone conversation?
I blocked him on all regular phone communication, so he called me from Facebook.
He called you from Facebook.
Wow.
Okay, so you blocked him from him. Did you end up meeting him in person?
No.
Okay.
Why did you block?
Because I already knew.
and why did you block him in the first place?
It's just because I knew that, he was very persistent, and I tried to articulate like, hey, I like you, but I know that you're not the one for me, you know? So, and he would still
Was there,
persist.
by the way, was there sex involved?
Yeah, in the past.
Okay. All right, so that happens. So let's actually talk about this, ladies, because when we having this conversation, this is a common thing, by the way, that the ladies are having. They got these men that they know are not good.
She cracking up.
But what it sounds like is she's still contemplating and considering.
She already
whether
knows the
or
answer.
not
I can look
this
at her
man
face. I
should
can look
be
at
back
your
in
face.
her life.
No, I can look at your face. The answer is no. You already know. You blocked him, and you're second guessing yourself. And you want your relationship with God. Make that a priority first. I mean, again, you have a son. You already know why he's calling you. You already know. You already know. And so if you want your relationship with God to be more important in this season, then make that your priority. And if you already know why he's calling you, and if it's a booty call, you already know what it is. Don't sell yourself short.
He's an ex for a reason.
Thank you.
No, that's right.
And make your relationship with God the most important relationship.
There you have it.
But it's not just him, though, because you said something when you opened up. And first off, thank you for coming to the table and sharing that and being very vulnerable and being open to these questions. But you said something. You said, this is my single season. You openly said that right off the jump. But then you came and you said, well, he's here. And you got to know before, anytime you have the greatest intention for something, anytime, the greatest distractions are coming. And so the distraction that is here right now is from the past, because it's going to remind you, like, I know what your pressure point is. I know what your weakness is fine men or whatever, great sex, whatever it is. He already knows. The enemy knows what that is already. So guess what he's doing? He's going to send that person back just to remind you, I'm still in control. But you said, and you have to make a decision, is this my true single season? And you determine how long that is. And when God says it's up, then it's up. But you know the distraction came just to detour you.
Just to test you. It's a test.
It is a test.
And you're going to pass the test. Here's a caveat.
Boy, bye.
Never, ever consult an ordinary past if you want an extraordinary future.
Yeah, girl, you bad.
Give yourself the gift of goodbye.
Yes.
I am delivered.
That's all you needed tonight. All right. So you better listen. You already know what to do. The question is now, is you gonna do it?
She's gonna do it.
And life will put you to the test.
You gonna do it.
Let me know. By the way, if you need some help, let us know. Keep us, info@heartlyinitiated.com. Let us know what the situation
And who's her
is.
accountability? Who's holding you accountable? Who's that girlfriend that's there, or that friend that's holding you accountable that you're going to be open? And if there's not one there, I'm going to highly recommend you get one, because it's just going to be you and God. And I understand that. But there has to be someone you're like, hey, I slipped up. Somebody holding you accountable. Who is that person?
None of them hoochies.
well, that's half the battle right there, because I prayed that prayer. God, remove people who aren't meant to be in my life. And a few friends showed their true jealous, envious spirit. So it's like, I don't know who to trust. I hear, beware of the men from the past. But how do I know, like, a new man I meet tomorrow in my decided single season isn't?
You said it. You said it's a single season. You said it. So this is your single season, period.
And look, let me tell you, we got a few people backstage I want to get to. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to let that one sit with you, okay? Please. So take that, sister. We love you. Do what you're supposed to do, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. Let's bring Denise on stage real quick.
Oh Lord.
Let's bring Denise on stage real quick.
I gotta say something before she
What's
comes up
Denise?
there.
What's up, Denise?
Hold on.
What's up? Cut her mic. Don't let her.
Hold up. Okay. We got company, okay? Okay.
Hey, look. Don't worry. Denise, listen. First of all, it's just right now, I want to understand.
And you actually met Denise in person.
It's just you and Ryan.
I love this.
What's up,
in this
Denise?
room in here, okay? So
Hey,
I want you to talk to Ryan. Oh my gosh. First of all,
Denise turned up.
Denise, what is it you see in Ryan that you like in the first place?
So personality. I have to say it's his personality, right? It's the cut up for me. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
It's the cut up for me, right? Him being so real, so down to earth. I'm like, ooh, I was texting somebody in the background. I was like, ooh, Ryan. Hey, Ryan. That's why I said what I even paid. I don't usually pay for stuff. I paid to get that message read on the big screen. What? Hey, Dr. Sonja.
Denise is animated.
So check it out. You understand? This man just clearly said he ain't passing out no kidneys. All right?
Listen, I'm okay with that. We all got to go at some point. Live my life.
Hey, first of all,
I like
Denise is cutting up. Denise is cutting up. Okay. Well,
we all gotta die.
Well, you know,
y'all gotta send in the super chats. Y'all gotta let us know if me. What y'all think about me and Denise?
Yeah,
let us know. Let us know with the super chats. Drop those.
I need her focus. I need her focus. She will not be focused with you. No.
Don't worry. I got the funnels. I got everything. Operation's gonna be on point. Let me go with Ryan for a minute.
Hey, Denise, thank you so much for coming up on here, sweetheart. Look, in the chat, y'all go ahead and drop in the chat whether or not we should make it happen. I want to bring Sherry. It looks like Sherelle. I think it's Sherelle. Let's bring Sherelle up here to the stage, okay? Sherelle, what's up with you, sister?
Ladies, thank you for this conversation. My name is Miss Sherelle. I'm 59 years young. Ooh. I have been presenting my body as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God.
Give an applause for that one. I like that one.
Yes. And
hey, well, hold on, wait. What's your location? Where you at?
I'm in Baltimore, Maryland.
There you have it. Okay, what's your question for us?
So, been celibate for a while. I want to know, if I slip up and go ahead and get my back broke, will I still make it to heaven?
Slayer. Great question.
Yes.
Now, look at Dr. Trimm. Put the camera on Dr. Trimm. Now, here's the thing.
Now. Come on.
Sin is a strategy.
Uh-huh.
But it takes you where you shouldn't go.
Yeah.
And you have to clarify. Are these my core values? Do I own them? And if you're a Christian woman, you should own your core values. Have you been married before?
No.
You're single?
Absolutely.
Okay. There's some other questions that I would have asked you. But for me, why a temporary fix for something that can be permanent? And you're sharing someone else's soul and everyone else that they've been with. And you're sharing that, the most precious gift that God gives you. So my thing is, you already know the answer.
Yeah, I just want to get on here and have fun with you all.
Yeah. I knew it. That's like she playing.
Yeah, you can tell. We know you ain't gonna go to hell for nobody.
I've been in this too long. We good over here, but Dr. Stribling, I felt that when you said you were waiting to go from the window to the wall when you got married.
Yes.
And yeah, so I need y'all to pray that when my husband finds me, he can take me from the window to the wall.
Well, and make sure you're fundable.
Ooh.
That he can find you. Make sure that he can find you.
I thought you said
you know where he can find me?
I thought like
findable.
I am www.theministeroffun.com. Just in case he's looking, hey, future husband, that's where you can find me.
I have a question.
Drop your IG in the chat.
I have a question for you. You said 59, and you don't look even close to 59 at all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God is a preserver. Right. He's a keeper.
So are you open, because you said you hope that he is in a particular place as far as from the windows to the wall. Are you open to someone
younger,
10 times younger than you?
You want to be a cougar girl.
Yeah, they try me all the time. You know, look at this. But but yeah, I am open.
Okay. I was just curious because when you said that, you sound so much fun, and as you get older, it doesn't mean it's going to be, your
First of all, it sounds like a preference. With that energy, I think it's more of a preference.
Was that
younger? Then is she open to it?
I'm open. I'm open. Hey, look, ladies. Hey, I have a traveling inspirational game show. Check me out on www.theministeroffun.com. I'm serious about that. I come to your ministry.
No free pub. You owe us. Send us that check. Right.
Thank you.
No shame to my game.
I love you.
She got
I
a
love
banquet.
your
That's what the Lord
blood.
gave me.
Well, hey, listen,
Gave it to me to share.
and by the way, is it Sherelle?
Jarrell. Yes.
Sherelle, you go ahead and have a blessed day, sister. It was good speaking to you. Okay.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you.
You need to
all.
have her on.
She got great
goodness.
energy and that background.
You
too,
need to
so.
be. You need to be a guest.
Yes. Yes. Invite me.
She got to make it through the storm first.
Right.
All right. Make it through, sister. Make it through.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and let's bring. We got Kai on next. I'm only bringing a few more on here. We got Kai on. Kai, what's going on with your sister?
No men ask questions today, huh?
Oh,
Take
this
it
one
off
was for
mute.
the
Take it
ladies.
off mute.
This one was for the ladies.
Oh, okay.
And
Get
Kai,
it
let
off
us know
mute.
where you located too, Kai.
They said.
Hi, everyone.
Hi,
How are
Kai.
you?
What's up, Kai?
Hi, I'm
Beautiful
good.
smile.
Oh, thank you.
If you can, go ahead. Give me your age, your location, and your relationship status.
I am from Jersey, from the big city of Newark, New Jersey. I'm 32.
That's right.
I'm 32, and my relationship status is I'm single at the moment.
Okay. All right. What's your question?
My question is for the ladies. I've been wanting to ask other women about this question about how do I navigate in the world of dating when I didn't see those good examples within the women in my family on my mom's side? Like, how do I now, with all this information that they never had, how do I go about it? Because I don't know I don't even know where to start sometimes. I went to therapy. I've learned many things from different podcasts and videos, but now I just kind of don't want to fall in the same space or the same in the same path that I saw the women in my family.
Do you have any healthy male friends? I'm just talking about platonic.
Yes, I have two.
Okay, so start there because they will talk to you about how men think. And what you can expect from them, and it'll give you a healthy kind of relationship without sex. So you start there. And I always recommend that, where you have this platonic relationship, you know it's not going anywhere, they're just a friend. That's number one. Number two, there's always group dating. I know it sounds old-fashioned, but you get together with a group of friends, you go out for dinner, you test the water with no sex involved. And then thirdly, when you do start dating, my recommendation is sex gets in the way. It really does. So keep yourself, because a man is not going to pay for something that he gets free.
Correct.
And, you know, he that finds a wife finds a good thing. That's Bible. And so you want to prepare yourself as a wife. That means Proverbs 31. And she had it going on. She really had it going on. She had her own thing. And then when, she made her husband look good at the gates. So he was in government. He was a government official. He had a job. But then she complimented the realm that he lived in this social economic station that he lived in, by being a boss, by owning her own and having her own. So you've got to have your own, and you've got to bring something to the table, but make sure that whoever you're dating, it's mutually beneficial. That is not one-sided.
And I think also you could get you a good mentor, a woman that's really successful in marriage and she's killing it all the way around, and then somebody can really be a faithful fruit carrier for you.
Correct.
And then
So
the
I
last
think that
part, if I may, really quickly, just sitting there, your spirit is so, I would say, not vulnerable or sensitive, but it's very enlightening and it's very light, just being who you are. And so one of the biggest things that I have a question for you is, what are your interests? What are some things that you want to accomplish? What are some things that you want to do? And it's okay to focus on them. And I know the world may put pressure on you to be in a relationship, especially when you see somebody around you, always in a relationship. She got a man, they got a man, but I don't have one. And I know it's easier said than done, is just to focus on what is it that you want. Dr. Cindy said earlier about your list. Have you made the list of what you want? And it's not that you're trying or wanting him right now, because maybe God's saying maybe not right now. Maybe he wants you to focus on you and what do you want. What Pastor Kim said, where is the woman that can carry the torch for you until it's time for her to pass it to you? But the other thing I'm going to ask you to do is, what are the things that you have interest in that you want to do? Have fun, enjoy life. Do you have any children right now?
No, not at the moment.
Girl, live it up. That's what I was going to say. Live it up. Have fun and all of those. And you never know. You could have your hands on the plowing the field, doing a thing. And he may find you that way because you are not focused on trying to get in a relationship. You're more focused on finding yourself and falling in love with yourself.
And there you have it. Thank you so much, sister, for coming over here and asking that incredible question. I hope
I am delivered.
You got delivered on that one. All right? I hope you got what you was looking for, sister. Okay.
Say one more.
Thank you. I did. Thank you.
Hey, look, y'all gonna get me banged up, man.
They trying to.
I'm already getting text.
Oh yeah, I already see the text.
Just one.
messages. I
You
already
said
see
you were
this.
single. You said you were. Did he not say he was single?
I said I'm
earlier?
dating.
No, he got somebody. He got a young lady.
Oh, he didn't say that.
It's not my girlfriend though. She's not my girlfriend yet.
Oh, he about to get another text
See,
right
that's
now.
what
He
I'm
about to
talking
get another text right now.
I
He
said,
about to get another text.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, not
I
yet,
love
not
that.
yet, not yet.
I love that about you.
Yeah.
I missed that part. My bad. I'm
Communication
sorry.
you were talking about.
I missed that part. I missed it.
We got. Wait, Lionel. Do we have one more backstage?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. Wait, I don't even see him. Who we got? Another Kai. That's crazy. Bring Kai up. We got another Kai. Bring Kai up. What's up, Kai? How you doing, sister?
Hi, y'all.
Hi.
What's up?
Hey. First of all, I love y'all.
We love
But
you.
let me ask you a question.
Hold on now. I need your age, your location, and your relationship status.
My Lord, I'm sorry. So I am from the DMV. I am 31, and I am currently single.
There you have it. Go ahead.
Man, but my question was, how, or could you guys give some other examples of how you should or how you would fight temptations during your decided single season?
Ooh. So, and by the way, you talking about sex?
Yes, she is.
No.
Not necessarily. I'm speaking like in general, like just fighting the temptation of
Saddling or
hanging out with the wrong people.
Anything, hanging out.
Okay, I got
You
it.
know,
I got
even
it.
just like having conversation, because I feel like this are like super duper serious right now. So
Okay, so she wants some strategies to fight temptation. She needs the strategies to fight temptation.
The strategy.
There you go.
I come from a family of alcoholics, of 12 people. And I'm sharing this with you so you understand where I'm going with this. I made a decision that I was not going to drink. Not like that. Because I grew up taking care of drunk brothers, picking them up from the clubs, cleaning up vomit and all of that. And so, but I would have a conversation with them. Why do you hang out with people that do a thing that you should not be doing? So number one, you said, what are the strategies? It's not really a strategy. It's like, I'm not going to be in an environment with people that have those same temptations that I'm fighting right now. Because you and your girlfriend both trying to not to be in the street, and she wants to be in the street. Guess what you're going to do? More than likely, you may be in the street. So number one, where's the environment? Who are you hanging around and what are you doing? That's just number one for me. Ladies.
Change the environment. Great one. Anything else you ladies got for this young, beautiful soul?
Mindset. It's your mindset. And you have to create healthy habits. So that's financial habits, nutritional habits, exercise. These are habits. And your habits create your destiny. And so if you end up somewhere that you don't want to be, life is not over. You can insist on a plot twist. You have a script that God gives you, and it's yours. You have to own it. You have to understand it. No one has the right to make you supporting actress in the unfolding of their life. And if you do play supporting actress, you forfeit the right to play actress, lead actress in your own life. So you've got to own your voice, own every space that you're in, Never play a role that is not a part of your narrative.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what people want for you, from you. You have to own your own life. And life comes at you one day at a time. Make sure the day before you decide what your next 24 hours is going to look like. Get a vision for your life. Live your dreams. And most importantly, believe in yourself. You're here for a reason. You're here for a purpose. Find out what your why is, the what, the how, and the who will fall in line after that.
That's a whole strategy.
You gotta clip that up, Lano.
That's a
We clipping that one
whole-
up.
So
That's the
good.
formula.
Lano, you need to do that yourself. I'm not
Right, all of us. That's the formula right there. She
So
just dropped the
good.
life formula.
Absolutely.
God bless you guys. Thank you so much.
God bless
appreciate
you as well. And we have the last sister that we taking for the night. All right, the last sister we have, her name, is it? Oh man, I don't want to butcher your name. Is it Lavisha? You gotta unmute yourself, sister. You gotta unmute yourself. What's up? Did I get it right?
Hi.
Did I get the
Yes,
name
you
right?
did.
Lavisha. All right, good. So I got the name. You give me now your age, your location, and your status.
Okay, my name is Lavisha. I'm from Queens, New York, and I'm single.
There you go. All right, what's your question for us tonight, Lavisha?
How old did she say she was?
31.
31. Okay.
No, I'm 40.
40. Okay.
40,
Okay.
yeah.
31. That was the last sister.
Okay.
I'm not listening. Go ahead.
Okay, so my question is, I have a friend, a male friend. We've been friends for 14 years, and like we've been strictly friends. We never crossed any boundaries. He invited me over to his house one time to cook for me, and he was a gentleman in every way. He didn't try to push up on me or anything. We sat down, we had dinner, we talked. He's a nice guy. And so through our friendship of 14 years, I've seen him have 2 kids. I've seen him get married. He's divorced now. And now he's showing an interest in me. And I'm just kind of like a little apprehensive as to should I pursue go through with this with him. I told him like we need to talk and unpack this, but I don't know how to really feel about it because I'm like, why now after 14 years? After you done had 2 kids, a wife, a baby mama, and then now it's like you're interested in me. So I'm trying to get his to try to be in his mind and think like, is he looking at me as she's just an option now? I guess because everything else fell through. So my question is, what should I do in this situation?
She does sound.
You sound hurt.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
I've
been
been
the
here
first
for
option.
14 years. Life happens in a strange way. And sometimes, God brings people in our lives and they may show up as friends. And, you go through life with them. One of the most beautiful kinds of marriages is when friends get married. Do you have feelings for him?
No, not really. Not romantically.
Okay.
Wow.
So you need to be honest with him. You need to be able to say, I don't have romantic feelings for you. And I would rather just keep this as a friendship. And if I fall in love with you, I'll let you know. But you need to be honest. You need to be very, very honest with him.
I'm curious though. Excuse me. You started out and she said, I'm curious because you said, am I like the last option, even though you don't have feelings for him? Where did that come from? I know we're about to close, but
No, I agree.
I want to know where that came from.
Why did you call in about this dude that you don't like?
What is that about?
I mean, I just thought in the beginning I had feelings for him, but now like where I'm at, I don't have feelings for him anymore. So I'm just kind of like what changed from 14 years ago to, a lot could change, but I'm just saying like, do he now see it? Is he really attracted to me? Is it something that's genuine? Because
But
like where I'm at in my life now, I want to get married. I don't want to be a girlfriend. So I have more to think about. Like, is this somebody I can spend the rest of my life
So
with?
think about it like this. I always say you're either pregnant or you're not, right? And if you are pregnant, meaning that, hey, I have some feelings for this man. We've been friends for 14 years. Can I see myself with him? That's the question you have to ask. And I know you said, well, I'm not attracted, but I heard you say you were before. Did the feeling change because you saw him have 2 babies and he had a baby mama and he got wife and all of that? Did that make, I'm just asking, did all that change because of that? Or it is not, I'm not interested. So. Yeah, okay.
You got your answer. You have your answer. You just want him to answer that one question.
No, I think it's
because you're hurt. You know, she's hurt, and don't come back here. You know, after you. I don't want to be the afterthought.
Maybe you're different now too, though.
And they've grown. You know, you matured and. You're in your 40s now.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad at all that all of a sudden he shows interest in you. I mean, look at you. You grew into this beautiful 41-year-old woman. You're stable. You ain't been out being a player. I mean, you're. I could see him turning. People change. And I think you probably do like him. You're just scared because you think you're the leftover. And you got to be honest with yourself.
You know what? Hold on. Thank you so much, Kim. Because Kim is digging deep right now. Let's be very just keep it real with me. I'm gonna ask you one more time, and keep it real with me. Is there anything left in you for him? Do you have any emotion or feelings really for this guy? Because you just called in on Harley Initiated with 1,700 people in the chat about this brother.
Right.
So is there? Keep it real. Anything with that you have for this guy in you right now?
No.
Okay.
That's the answer.
Then you got your answer.
But you still, I mean, you know, you don't lose anything by saying, no, I don't want to marry you because you have a friend.
You don't really owe him nothing.
Right. And plus, you know a lot about him. He probably confided in you. So you know enough. You know enough about him.
And so don't be mad if he choose somebody else and you come back.
I just think they should be friends.
Yeah, I agree.
I think you should be friends.
The chat is saying that they ain't buying it.
I ain't buying it either.
It's something else going on.
Is it facts or cap?
Is
it facts or cap? What do you think? Is there emotion here with my sister Lavisha? I'm going to let the chat tell you.
She's keeping some secrets from us.
Go back in the chat with the family. Thank you so much for coming on here, Lavisha, and asking us this question, okay? Thank you, sister.
Thank you.
The chat says cap.
Uh-oh. The chat is saying it, and the chat knows best, all right? Because they are not going to lie. But let me tell you something. This was, first of all, I just need to really give a deep, hard thank you to the sisters that are on here tonight. Double and triple hand clap for the ladies that came on tonight. Because, again, it's so hard to get this caliber of women on here to give our culture some game. But just like that young lady said, she said, look, I never seen it. I'm hearing, and you can tell what you were describing about her spirit. She was in this place of seeking.
Yeah.
She was in this very impressionable place where she is just fertile soil and trying to get the game and get the information. So you women taking the time out of your busy lives to come here and throw seeds on all the fertile soil here in the chat. I appreciate y'all for doing that. And for those who appreciate it, just drop a love in the chat right now if you got blessed from this here conversation. Dr. Cindy Trimm, Dr. Sonja, and Real Talk Kim.
Dr. Real Talk Kim.
Is it a doctor for real? Okay.
I should be after tonight.
Absolutely. We all should be. We all got some degrees in life.
We took it there.
Tonight.
Man, it was good.
Man, I mean, is it any final words y'all want to give our culture before y'all go ahead and let them off?
Live.
Anything on your heart?
Live.
L-I-V-E.
Have fun. Yeah, just forgive quick. Get up fast. And keep going.
There you have it.
Dare to live your life of your dreams. Raise the level of your expectations of people as well as yourself.
Yeah.
And give everything that you've got to life, and life will give everything back to you. Make God first. Put God first. Put God first.
There you have it.
I would say close out with, let's imagine we're 100 years old, and we're sitting in a rocking chair, and we're looking back over our life, and we have our kids, our grandkids, bonus children, all of them sitting in front of us. What do we want them to say about us? What do we want them to think that we made our contribution to the world to be? And it is so much bigger than just being in a relationship. I know that's important. And somebody's saying, well, you could say that because you're married. But I remember being out here in these streets. So it's not for us just to be somebody's wife and just to be somebody's mother. There's a whole lot more out there that is for us. And we need to be looking for that first. Seeking God, of course, having the relationship, a spiritual encounter, and then really figuring out who you are before you get in your next or your best relationship.
So good.
Man, there you have it. I'm so excited for you guys to see what we got coming in the future here. This Wednesday, please stay tuned with us. Wednesday at 8 p.m. We got the brothers coming up on this joint here.
We want to come. We want to come
back. The 40-year-old bachelors.
These are 40-year-old single men.
40-year-old single men, and these are eligible bachelors here
Yeah.
too. We got Anthony O'Neill and Wall Street Trapper.
So they're going to give us the male perspective on dating and relationships. And they're going to let us know why they're not married yet, too.
Yeah. Don't worry. We're going to hit them with them hard questions, ladies, all right? So y'all get up in here. And fellas, get up in here, too, because this going to be also a conversation that you want to be a part of. Okay, I know you guys are always asking how you can always give and help support the platform here. Y'all see we invest in everything into it. The set is changing. The visuals you seeing are changing.
Right.
The sounds are changing. We're really trying to make sure we take the transformation serious and to the next level. So here's how you can support it. Delano, please pull it up here. These are the best ways to support us. Always outside of course, getting your Harley and Love cars. And today, on the first ever bingo night, matter of fact,
What you got? You got to throw one of them hats on.
bingo hat.
First ever
Give me my bingo hat, Ryan. We forgot to wear our bingo hats. Matter of fact,
there you go.
This is the first ever bingo night. I'm so sorry. My ladies 40 years and up. Y'all said you neglected.
That's what they've been
you
telling
have been
us.
neglected. So we are going to keep the bingo night going for the family because we have an intergenerational audience and nobody's going to get left behind.
We literally did surveys. We had 18 to 74. Wow. Yeah. 18 was the youngest person to message us. 74 was oldest.
And everybody has different problems in each stage and phase and season of their lives. And we're going to figure out how we can go about helping every single person one show at a time. So again, that's bingo for the cards, 20% off. Make sure you follow each and every one of the sisters here because these are some powerful women. In fact, I don't know how I missed this, but Dr. Cindy Trimm is so well known, and I think we need it tonight, is so well known for her powerful prayers online. I don't want to, look, you ain't got to hit it, just whatever's on your heart if you can you just send us home and bless this world and everybody about to see
relationships.
This please.
Father, we thank you for Hardly Initiated and for the work that they're doing to help people in their relationships. Relationships are very important, from the ones that we have with our parents or the ones that we don't have with our parents, to friendships, to employment, to love interests, to colleagues, all types of relationships that we have to deal with. And I pray for a strategy for each one of them. I pray that we would honor our own personal boundaries, that we would establish even things such as expectations and clearly communicate that and communicate who we are. I pray for relationships that are broken, relationships that have been bruised, those that are in abusive relationships. I pray that you would give each person the courage to walk away, to find help. I pray, Father, for those that are struggling with their children, those that have children in prison, those that have lost children to drugs and drug involvement, to gangs. I pray, Father, for the wisdom that is necessary for single women to raise healthy, contributing members of society. I pray for finances, those that are going through, those that are retired and don't have children that visit them, those that are convalescent, those that are in the hospital and have no one to visit them. I pray for friends and their heart having been broken, having been ghosted. I pray, Father, for employees and employers, and I pray, Father, that you will heal our hearts, give us strategies, give us insight. Bless our time together and bless our relationships. Give us even insight as women and even as men how to interact with one another. Bless United States of America during this time of voting, and bless this world in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. To the man. That's the one you didn't know you needed, but you needed it, and you got it here tonight.
I am the Lord.
I love you guys. Please do not leave this platform without hitting the subscribe button. We need it. We are almost here at the time of this episode at 350,000, and we are shooting for a bold goal of 500,000, 500,000 people supporting our community. So that means it's already done. It's only a matter of time.
Yes.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and y'all already know, hardly initiated. We are out.
Great show, ladies. Great show.
Thank you for having us.
That was fun, man. Thanks for hanging out with us late.
So thankful.
We got the amens in the chat.
Right, right.
Amens. Of course.
Yeah.